Welcome everybody to the latest Challenge of Doom. This will be the last Challenge of Doom here in this current format. And you'll be like, what do you mean this current format? Yes, we do have rotation coming up. Rotation was coming up very, very quickly for PTCG Live, which is on a 2-week earlier schedule than IRL play. Joining me tonight is Easy Doodles. Easy Doodles, I got that correct, right? I'm horrible with names.
That's what they call me, Easy Doodles.
Easy Doodles. I'm making sure, like, I wrote it down, and I'm like looking at my scribble, and I'm like, oh god, I did not write that down well. I need to type things. But why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers out here?
Definitely. So yeah, my tag is Easy Doodles. I'm a animation Pokemon YouTuber. I like doing Nuzlocke content. Haven't posted in a while, but check out my old stuff on there. I really love drawing. I'm a self-taught animator, and I started playing the Pokemon trading card game last year in October, and my first day 2 was Sacramento in a couple months ago. So I'm super happy with my progress, and I'm super excited to be casting here today.
You have more day 2s than I do, but all my day 2s came during the COVID era. So it was all the big Limitless tournaments where we had like 2,000 people online. I wish we could get to that number again. Like, for sure. But that's how I got it. But making day 2 is exciting, and congratulations on it.
Thank you. I was playing Champ House, so I was I felt very blessed that day.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the tournament up here. We are about 4 people shy right now, so if you can still get in, If you're still trying to get in, now's the time to do it. I'm still giving a little bit of time for people to get in, but we will start with matches right off the bat as soon as we get there.
Excited to get it started.
You know what? I'm ready to get it going. People can have buys. All right, let's go ahead and find a player. Looking it up, seeing who I know. Deward's a Raging Bolt versus Lost Zone. I know he's able to stream. He's actually playing against a local of mine.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Actually, Lee took third in Vancouver.
Oh wow, that's congratulations.
Let's see, make sure no one's already streaming. Okay, I'll go ask Deward that the word. It's not as much of a meme kind of thing, but it's someone I know. So like having just a guaranteed stream always helps. So let's actually, while we wait here, let's go ahead and load up the metagame. See what's the most popular deck tonight, which is Dragapult Dusknoir of all things. Who would have guessed?
Well, it is the deck that I plan on playing post-rotation as well.
Well, I mean, it's good now. It will be good post-rotation. Probably,
I feel like
probably a little bit slower, but it feels like the whole format will slow down.
especially with Badoo making everybody item locked in their first turn, I feel like it's going to be much more difficult to play the large stage 2 decks that were very common prior to rotation. But Dragapult doesn't have that problem because you typically run the middle stage as well, so I think it would still work.
Yep. Okay, we'll go ahead and move us to the table. There we go. So we got the game here, and I'll have the game up for the streams here in just a moment. Yeah, definitely running that middle evolution. Massive help. Like I played at Vancouver Dragapult Charizard. Little bit weird, but it was a fun deck, and I hit 0 meta decks that day.
Oh, that's crazy. I do think Dragapult Charizard does have some nice synergy with the Infernal Rain, allowing you to search out that fire energy for Dragapult. That can always be a little bit annoying to get set up.
And it's also nice just to have a backup attacker. That's what we primarily use the Charizard for, was for like late game stuff. And it's like, okay, I need something to wipe the board or something else, and the Charizard would come in and do that.
Definitely. I feel like that's also kind of what the Dragapult Godango kind of goes for as well. Although I do think sometimes when I see that, I'm like, what's going on? But it can be useful to have a backup for sure.
100%. All right, so we are seeing the Raging Bolt go first, which makes sense. If you're Lost Box, you want to go second, and if you're Raging Bolt, you want to go second. But he's running post rotation, and you know what? That's funny. That is funny. Chat just pointed out. We are probably going to see some post rotation decks tonight. Just people wanting to run it.
That makes a lot of sense. I feel like people want to get that practice in, especially since the Atlanta Regional is only 1 week away after rotation happens in real life, I believe. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to get that practice in.
Because Vancouver, I believe, was the last one pre-rotation. Atlanta is after, but there is another one. There's a European one, I believe, this weekend. So
okay.
So we still have some people in this format, but not anything afterwards.
Definitely. It is going to be sad. I'm so sad that F Block is rotating out. I'm definitely going to miss Radiant Greninja, Heavy Ball, Pokestop. All of those core integral cards it's going to be very strange not having them around anymore. They were very, at least Radiant Greninja was so overpowered, but we'll see how it goes in the next format. Okay, so it looks like the Raging Bolt is getting a little bit set up here with the Ogerpon in the active and the Squawk onto the bench, able to draw 6 or 7 more cards. It's 6 or 7. 6 more cards after that Squawk and Seize. And we do see the big Raging Bolt come down. I've actually haven't seen a baby Raging Bolt in this deck before, so I'm curious to know what that's going to be doing.
I believe it's crap, I just looked at it. We're pulling up the deck list right now. It is new, and I think it is 30 damage. It's 130 or this deck does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to this Pokemon.
Interesting. I guess with Energy Switch, you might be able to get a pretty big attack off there. And in the past, I think Raging Bolt did not really have a single prize attacker, which could be its weakness because then your opponent never gets on that skewed prize trade. But here, I think having a single prize attacker might allow you to do something more strategic if you ever want to make it so your opponent can't take 2 prizes in a turn.
And on top of that, we are losing Manaphy. And,
That's true.
And I don't think a lot of people are going to play Rellor. It's a stage 1 evolution, just a little clunky to set up. So we're probably going to end up seeing that Raging Bolt be pretty strong. Like I'm as much liking Dragapult. As part of me is kind of like sitting there like, man, Raging Bolt's got some good techs here. It can go through certain things.
Definitely. And we just saw that Lost Box player hit the Pokestop, and I think they actually got all 3 items, one of them which was a Prime Catcher. So pretty good Pokestop hit, I would say. Not that Prime Catcher is useful right now, just a very powerful card for the future. And pulling the Budew out of the active to do flower selecting.
Right, and knowingly, Lee is going to probably go and use Budew as much as they can. Even though, okay, we do see the Cramorant. They could be looking at Cramorant here, take a KO, and get ahead.
Knock out the Fan Rotom.
Yes, and get ahead in the prize trade.
Definitely, and taking away that Pokestop. Oh, yes, taking away the Pokestop for the Raging Bolt as well, which can be a little troublesome. And here goes the Cramorant, like you said, taking the first KO on that Fan Rotom.
So, excuse me. So now they have to deal with this Cramorant, and then whatever else they're able to come, anything else they're able to come up with here.
Ogerpon has 2 energy on it. Doesn't seem to be a way to switch that onto the active Raging Bolt yet.
I was actually a little surprised here that he didn't bring up the Ogerpon. Like, the Ogerpon is a little bit easier to KO than the Raging Bolt, but it was set up a little bit better for a possibility of getting a
knockout.
Yeah, just getting a knockout, getting anything going.
Definitely, and Raging Bolt does have a pretty hefty retreat cost, so seems pretty dedicated to keeping that in there now. Didn't put down the Area Zero to expand the bench either, but at this time there doesn't seem to be that many Pokemon or Ball Search in hand anyway, so probably wouldn't have been too much of a benefit there.
I agree with that. Ooh, Silene. I love Silene in Lost Zone. When I was still playing Lost Zone, I played a lot of Silene in it, and it was so much fun. It was just put everything back. Just like
super useful for sure. I actually almost tried clicking on the Discord screen because I'm so used to playing TCG Live. I was like, oh, I wonder what's in the discard pile. No, I'm actually looking at a video right now. So, oops.
Gibbet, thank you for the follow. But yeah, it took me, I think, 6 tournaments before I stopped doing that. And at one point, like, I clicked on it and like I full screened it and it screwed up the whole thing. I was like, oh no, how am I getting this back?
It's hard to remember sometimes that you're not looking at the game, I guess. I literally was like, oh, what's in the discard? But, you know, it's fine. All right, we see the Noctowl being taken out by the Ultra Ball, able to evolve the Hoot Hoot and get 2 trainer cards from the deck. And we shall see what they take. Sada makes sense. Get some energy onto the active there. And Earthen Vessel.
There we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Argnus, I probably screwed that up. Argnus06, thank you for the follow as well. Hopefully your night's going well.
All right. Oh, there he goes, setting up the Raging Bolt, able to do an attack, but looks like they're going to do another Earthen Vessel, get more energy, possibly do that ability on the Ogerpon to be able to draw more cards. Yep, there goes the Teal Dance. And now another card in the hand. Pleasantipity. Okay, I do think something died last turn.
No, it was the turn before that.
No? The turn before? Okay, never mind.
Yes. And it's not died, it's knocked out. Sorry.
True. Gotta keep it PG-13, that is my bad.
Yeah, we're not past the adult, what we call the adult swim hour yet, which is 11:30.
Oh, okay.
But also,
Sorry.
exclamation point, no swearing. But
For sure, definitely.
to be honest, TPCI does know about these tournaments and do go and watch the stream. So
For sure. I will be careful.
So don't get me banned from it, please. We're talking about Pokemon real quick. Pokemon Legos. How much do you think those are going to get scalped?
Oh my gosh, I do think it's going to be a problem because I think both the LEGO community and the TCG community have an issue with that.
Oh,
So I can only imagine it's going to be very crazy. I mean, already with Pokemon cards itself, it's so hard to get product these days because they keep on getting bought out entirely to the point where I feel like it's harder to get them if you want to play than if you just want to keep them in your basement or something.
I do have a story to tell about scalpers that happened yesterday. By my work, there's a QFC, and it has a Pokemon Center in it. I'm like, cool, okay. I go in there on Monday mornings. I get some drinks for work, not beers or anything, just water.
Capri Sun, yeah.
Capri Sun. Okay, I do know. I have worked in corporate for a really long time. There's some offices I know that have beer kegs, but that's not it. But I get a donut, I get some waters. And as I'm sitting there, they're restocking the Pokemon Center machine, and there's already 5 people waiting. All right, we'll see if Leo remembers that Tealmass Ogerpon is a Terra type. Or is he going to go after the Noctowl? Nope, went after the Squawkabilly,
Active
which is...
and the Squawk.
Yep.
That's a pretty good move if the Lost Box player is able to get energy onto Radiant Greninja again, that would be 2 knockouts, which would be 4 prizes. Very big turn, but we shall see. Probably going to get knocked out by Raging Bolt, though.
Yep, big angry giraffe here is going to take care of it. But
yeah,
finish out the story as we've watched this here. The vending machine person turned around because I'm sitting there. I'm just waiting to. At that point, I'm just like, I can either go into the office or I can just watch this fold out and then go into the office. They go and turn around and tell the scalpers that the machine is not going to distribute the product that they think it's going to.
Okay.
And they're like, what? And he goes, it is on a randomizer now. And he said it was anywhere from 4 hours to 4 days before the machine will put the product out.
Oh, that's crazy. What does it mean that it was on a randomizer?
That's how they're doing it now. So it releases the product at a random period. So you can't sit there and wait for a restock and then just go up there. You can now you now have to sit and wait the entire time.
I actually think that could solve the issue a little bit because I was reading on Twitter that some scalpers have even started like air tagging, I don't know, trucks or something of the matter where they would basically track locations of the restock and then like know when it was coming, which definitely seems a little bit illegal. But this would solve that problem because now they have no idea when they're supposed to be lining up because it's a random time frame now. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I don't mind that.
And then today I went to a Fred Meyer, which again, West Coast kind of people, Kroger for the East Coast people. There was the electronics guy was getting the Pokemon stuff out for their locked card selection. And there was a guy there harassing him about it. And the guy's just like, please let me do my job. I'm like, dude, can I buy this mouse? Can you not harass the employee and let me pay for my stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Or have you seen those videos of people like getting into fistfights in Costco over the Blooming Waters set? I was crazy to see.
Mrs. Doom has seen it.
Yeah.
Well, not full out fistfights, but they were getting really rough with each other. And we do not see a KO here. Oh, we could get... I almost wonder if Dev Word here wants to boss his orders, that Greninja, and prevent that play, at least for another turn.
Yeah, I think that would make sense here because it seems like that's the main attacker on the Lost Box's side. Budew would only be able to do 10 damage, and really the Comfies don't attack, so that is the biggest threat right now is that Greninja. And I do wonder if the Lost Box is running a single prize only deck, which would be interesting. Only 9 cards left in that deck as well, so perhaps they are.
Lee likes to burn through his decks very, very quickly.
This does help sometimes.
He is like, I would almost say the definition of an aggressive player.
For sure, I can see. I mean, Raiding Greninja is perfect for people who like to play aggressively, in my opinion. Taking out really early knockouts, or especially when Lumineon or Squawkabilly is on the board, it's always exciting to get that play off with Raiding Greninja. But it looks like the play that you predicted is coming to fruition, with Raiding Greninja being bossed up into active and knocked out to remove the option of getting that KO on the Raging Bolt.
I would have liked to see him from Devward's side, at least putting the Ogerpon and the Pheasantipede down, in case his opponent wants to put down a Pokemon Stop. Then that play would be removed because Lee, I don't believe, wants to see the Squawkabilly go.
Definitely. Very close game, but going to be interesting. Only 11 cards left, so perhaps a little bit further from decking out. Oh, and the Roxanne. Okay, and now all the cards go back into the deck, so never mind. I was worried about decking out, but I guess that was premature.
So we'll see what he has in hand here. He goes with the Cramorant.
Definitely. Cramorant would be able to take out that Raging Bolt inactive as well. That would high up the prizes. There is not a set up Raging Bolt on the Raging Bolt player's side either. So would need to take some time to get it.
I would assume you would like to promote the Ogerpon here, so that it is probably your quickest attacker.
Definitely. And
they do play a Latias, and if the Latias is in play off of any of this, they will be able to go ahead and bring that in, and then that Ogerpon can free retreat.
Definitely. We see the restart coming from Mew, and the Nest Ball is there, so the Latias play is on the table.
I would like to see the Nest Ball for the Latias before the Pheasantipede. You
thin out the deck a little bit more.
Thin out the deck a little bit more, and then as we saw, we drew into it. You could possibly draw into something better. Like right here, you can Night Stretcher. Possibly, I'd probably go after a Grass Energy here.
Yes.
And see what I'm able to get off of that with the Teal Dance. Ooh.
Rough.
Very rough. They have plenty of
quick deck check. Ooh, no more energy left in the deck though. 2 Crispins and no energy.
This is where it becomes more difficult. Is you can let them attack you, and then that Ogerpon starts having issues. But the thing to remember about the Ogerpon is it is a bench barrier thing. You could give them the knocked out here, which means you don't lose this turn, but it's still not in a very good spot. Like that Squawkabilly needs to go away.
Yeah. When the Raging Bolt player was doing the deck check, I did not see if there was a way for themselves to bump the stadium themselves or not.
I don't believe there was. I believe they are at the point where they are playing nothing but crystals, the area 0, not Crystal Cave. That was a different format. I'm double checking their list right now. No, they do play a Jamming Tower.
Okay, so in theory it could be possible for them to bump their own stadium if they're able to draw into it here to get rid of the Squawkabilly, which would help. Does not seem to draw into it here though, but does get the energy retrieval, which would enable them to get grass, put it onto the Ogerpon, and draw some more cards and see if they could bump it then.
Again, I think they missequenced here. I feel like they could use the Ultra Ball first, maybe got another Ogre
Yeah.
Pawn out, use the Nest Ball, all before they ever even Pheasant Dippidied.
Yeah,
They still could here, and they can still have access to Mew.
that's true. If they can get their hand down small enough, they could still draw more cards that way as well. But I do agree with what you say. It is sometimes you have to give yourself the chance to be more lucky.
Mm-hmm. And chat pointed out they squawked Tower turn 1. I didn't. This is one of those things where we can't see their discard unless they show us. So
I missed that. Well, looks like that squawk is here to stay.
this is gonna be harsh. Like they get the Greninja play, they win. If they, Squawk is just in a bad spot. There's Bear wins. Bear has energy.
Ooh. And then the rescue board as well. Blood Moon for the win. And we see a nice thumbs up coming through, so nice display of sportsmanship.
I mute all mine, like right off the bat. That's what I do.
I kind of like to see it sometimes when people try to... I wish that... I know this is probably a bad feature, but I do think it'd be fun if you were able to chat with your opponent like you can in...
Okay, I want to move us real quick, Nick. So you can see what's on my screen. That's why I'm moving. That was actually a feature in PTCGO, like really early, and there was some really bad things that happened because of it, and that's why they removed it.
Oh, that is my bad. I did not know that.
Yeah, so that was years and years before. So it became like just the standard thing was like, PTCGO had like little phrases you could say if everyone remembers that, but it had little like face emotes, but this one added the animations and removed the phrases.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I can see that being a problem if you allow people to say whatever they want to say.
All right, so let's go ahead and update the standings. See what's doing well here. We are waiting on 3 matches. Actually, this is moving pretty fast. Yeah, you have a good deck. You have a good deck. You have a good deck. Some people use that as a V-Star token. It was like it said V-Star on one side, and then you flipped it and said like you have a good deck.
Is that like ironic, or is that supposed to be a genuine compliment?
It's supposed to be ironic.
No, I would just take it as a compliment.
It was also a PTCGO thing where you'd spam that to your opponent.
Oh, I see. No, I have no context, so I'd see that and be like, oh my god, thank you so much. My deck is great.
Biggest misplay was not using fan call turn 1. Oh, that was right. He did not use fan call.
That's true. Psychotic green smiley face lamp. Was that also one of the old emotes?
Green smiley face was. Let me actually, you know what? I have a Discord chat. I'll react to one of your things with it because I have. Here you go. Here's one of them. Let me see. What was the other one people spammed? This one. So I just tagged your last one with the reactions. Those were PTCGO emotes, and people would spam those.
Oh, it kind of like, from a distance, it kind of looks like the Duolingo bird.
Yeah. Oh, they also had this orange one I just put too.
Oh, that one looks like a Charmander.
Yeah, so that's what they spam.
The sunglasses one looks like the green M&M.
I actually talking about animation. You're self-taught animator stuff. Will Vinton was actually one of my teachers in college, and if you want to know what his studio was mostly known for, the M&Ms. One of the things.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, also the California Raisins. They worked with Michael Jackson. They also worked with what was the other one? The Noid from Domino's. And they did
lots of food-based animations, right?
Yeah. Well, Will Vinton Studios became Leica, and Leica is known for like Coraline, the Box Trolls, and all that. So, but that was well after they got bought out, and that's what they became a movie studio.
Oh. So. Yeah, those M&Ms recently got a redesign because I think they said that the green one was too attractive, and so they
right
made it less so.
They like took
But
they took her out of like high heels and put her in Converse or something like that now.
yes. Now she's down to earth. She's relatable. You know, she's not like the other girls. She wears her Converse to the dance, so you know, now she's much more palatable, I suppose you could say.
Yes.
I was like, no, Slay Queen, but you know, it's fine.
It's fine.
She can have sensible shoes, I guess.
I'm wanting to see this deck now. I just put up Jester J Joker, Claydol, Bibarel, Root Bonnet. It looks like it's like a guaranteed self-destruction deck.
I've never seen this before.
I haven't either. That's
Kaboom
why.
Doll.
Yeah, a Kaboom Doll where you put all damage counters on your Pokemon till the opponent's Pokemon until have 10. If they're poisoned, that's a guaranteed KO. Also, it keeps Pheasantipity from being activated.
Oh, because it dies from the poison, so you can't.
But it does 120 damage to yourself, which if you've got Heroescape on, doesn't KO you.
You survive, so you could explode multiple times, and the Luxury Escape as well. Oh, this is interesting.
So this is the kind of decks I want to see. Like, we're at this end of format. I don't want to go see Pidgeot Control. Everyone's seen Pidgeot Control. It's all been out there. We've all seen it. Look, there's Dragon Ball Charizard. Good stuff.
Yeah, let's watch Kaboom Doll.
We want to see the Kaboom Doll. Digital Logic. What's Digital Logic on? It says other. Oh, the Slowpoke. I actually beat this at Vancouver.
Oh yeah. I love this deck though. I think it's so funny. Just being able to get the Kyurem off with the Slowpoke. Although I will say, I was trying it one time myself on TG Live, and I put a Colress in it so I could get the Academy at night, and I forgot I was playing against a Lost Box, so they were actually able to Kyurem me because I had Colress in my discard. So I was like, okay, I see how it is.
Worth noting, the Kaboom Doll bypasses the extra prize of the Lux. Oh, because it's your opponent, not you. So if you blow yourself up with it, the only okay, that
interesting.
That guy, I'm gonna keep him open on tab so we can remember and see if they're able to stream their game or if someone else is, depending on who they go up against.
I love that. That's so unique.
Nah, I want rotation. Xavier, that I know. I've got to at least make it seem like I don't want rotation to go on at least for another like 4 days, and then I'm done with like pre-rotation tournaments, and then it's just moving on. People are going to win that ends playmat.
I do love the Journey Together merch that I think is going to be coming to us. Because I'm a really big fan of Iono and Marnie, and I'm hoping that there'll be some new sleeves of those characters now that they have their own deck formats too.
I am so excited for Mewtwo Giovanni stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which we haven't even been officially shown anything yet, but there's supposedly leaks out there.
I think, isn't the Rocket set going to come after later in the year as well? I think that was already shown.
The leaks have it actually coming out next set. It's called like Destined Rivals.
Ah, yeah, that does sound familiar.
And so the pack art that's leaked has Giovanni Mewtwo, Team Rocket. Oh, and who else? Who else was on there? In there, I'm sure I'm gonna find some of them. Because someone on TikTok has like a whole bunch of packs and they haven't even started opening them yet.
Oh wow! How did they get packed so early?
We don't know.
It's a mystery. I feel like it's just going to be a lot of the sets that they've released recently. I feel like were just back-to-back bangers with themes that will be very popular with collectors and scalpers, like the Eevee stuff, the trainer stuff, and now the Rocket stuff.
Yeah, this is a supposed leaked pack art right now.
Ooh, Cynthia's a destined rival? That seems kind of out of place with everyone else being a villain.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you got the Ethan Ho-Oh, Cynthia Garchomp, Stevens Metagross is supposed to be part of it as well.
Oh. Huh.
And then, yeah, it seems like usually it seems like they do everything in like packs of 4. And it seems like we're just getting all these trainer cards like in two. Like we got Rapid Strike and then Fusion Strike like in 2 sets. So it's super quick, super out there. And then it's just a matter of like what happens afterwards.
For sure.
Because the rumor is like we're getting megas next, and it's like they're going to, like Scarlet Violet's going to be gone, and it's going to be some like new mega name.
Sense with the new Pokemon Z Age coming out, bringing the megas back, I think is also the theory for the VGC as well. And they did announce the new Gardevoir Mega and Lucario Mega cards recently too. Those 3 prize behemoths. The fact that Mega Lucario evolved straight from Riolu and not Lucario, I think is also going to be pretty crazy. Can you imagine, like, your second turn, you have a 300 plus HP, 1 energy needed attacker on the bench?
Yeah, we called that Mew VMAX.
Oh yeah, that was very popular.
it was about 300 HP and just needed a double turbo energy, which is a huge rotation card.
That's so true. You know, I was thinking about making United Wings because I just think it's fun, and then I saw that double turbo was rotating out, and I was like, oh, that seems a little less appealing now because you can't attack with Flamigo. Though I guess you still have some options in there.
Yeah, we're losing double turbo. We're losing gift energy. Jet energy staying. Legacy energy staying.
We're also losing this like whole deck, basically.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Lugia's gone. Lugia's been a deck and a pretty good deck since it first showed up.
Yeah, I did play Lugia a little bit around last year because I love Chinchino Minchino as Pokemon. I wanted to get a chance to play them, but it is sad. Like all the V Pokemon are like Regidrago V and VMAX are both going to be completely rotated out as well, and that was best deck in format for a little bit too. So,
and then this little itty bitty plant named Badoo showed up and completely threw the whole thing off.
True. One thing that I really liked in that Slowpoke deck is you can run that Crobat that's an F block that does 30 damage to anything on your opponent's field, and you're allowed to take, I think, 2 extra prizes if the 30 damage kills. So you could kill the Badoo and take 3 prizes, which was pretty crazy.
All right, I'm seeing what deck is taking the most time here. What's this last deck that's taking up? It's Raging Bolt versus Feral Gator.
Oh, that makes sense with this Feraligatr stall.
Yeah, it's probably, if anything, they could just drop a Mimikyu, I think. I'm looking at the Raging Bolt list. They put a Slitherwing. No, you can't just drop a Mimikyu and say GG. Let's not play anymore. They have the knocked out engine. They have the Slitherwing. They're not full post rotation. Actually, no, they are full post rotation. This is a full post rotation Raging Bolt list.
I do think Raging Bolt will be quite popular post rotation as well.
I might have to go tomorrow to Tabletop Village and pick up Raging Bolts, which also, I mean, as I said the magic words, I have to do a quick sponsorship thing. Tabletop Village, one of the best Pokemon places in the universe to get cards. Well, was because now like they just sold out of a lot of stuff. It's when you don't have product, and they've had a lot of regional stuff. It's been a little hard, but they are taking Journey Together pre-orders here soon of the singles. So if you use code DOOM5, that's DOOM. Numerical 5, you can save 5% off your order. Plus Brian's an awesome guy. He donates all the code cards for the tournaments now. I literally just show up and I like open my bag and I'm like, code cards please, and he just
That is convenient to be able to get the code cards so you can have more cards inside of TCG Live. For a period of time, I didn't really realize what they were for.
Yeah,
which was a shame.
It's nice, and like I do like that we are able to craft cards. And one of the rumors going around is that the reason why Illustrator rares are moving to 6 months is that they are looking to add in money transactions for those cards.
Whoa!
Do I know?
So
is it 100% confirmed? No, they haven't announced anything about it, but just from what talking to people and even thinking about it logically, that would make sense. If you're going to hide it behind something for 6 months, that's what you hide it behind. Because it would suck if you had to sit there and open packs, unless they're trying to force people to open packs to get them, and force them to burn through other currency.
That would be interesting. I mean, they did change up the currency recently as well. Like you used to, I remember that my like purple gem and my coins updated and I lost a bunch of them or something like that. So maybe they are trying to shake up their in-game currency a little bit to allow for more real money purchases like that.
Right, or they might do gold packs, as someone in chat said. It seems like they're looking to add some sort of way of making money, and that would be one of the easier ways. Like someone asked, who's paying for that? I don't know. Some whales, some people will pay for it.
Definitely, and I think right now, is it possible to use real money for anything in TCG Live right now, or no?
Outside of pack code cards, that's it, and you have to get code cards from other things.
I see. Well, maybe they're taking a hint from the Pokemon TCG Pocket and realizing, oh, people will pay money for this, because I do think that game earned like $1 million bajillion in like the first day that it came out.
I mean, I didn't spend $100. I was given $100 by TPCI to spend in it, and it got me for a while.
That's cool. What did you spend it on?
I just spent it all on packs. I think I ended up opening like 400 packs that night. Wow. Did you get anything good? Actually 0 ARs, alternate realities, but I was able to build like most decks.
Well, I guess that's good that you at least got like playable cards, but too bad about no ARs.
Yeah, and like I've gotten 4 ARs out of the first set, and all of them are Mewtwo. And then like I got the Celebi one, and then in the newest set, and I haven't really done too much since, I got like double Palkia, and that's it.
Still pretty good though.
All right,
but yeah. Okay, sorry.
I'm just making sure there's no issues with this game that ended in a tie. I always just make sure they've got. Usually we don't run into an issue after I extended it by 5 minutes every round, but sometimes you do. And I'm just trying to make sure that everything's fine.
For sure, no problem.
They've got about 10 seconds to call me, and if they don't, I'm just moving on. Yeah, I'm just moving on. All right, round 2 is up. Let's find a game. Oh, actually, no, we had a game we wanted to find. What was their name again? Jester J Joker, and they're up against Sophie H. So I will reach out to those players and see if either player is able to stream their game. Also, if you're in the tournament and can just stream the whole time. We are not worried too much about records or anything like that. We're just going to get games on. The more fun the game, the better. But anything will still be there. Oh, the February 2024 bug where you got like infinite credit. You could almost get infinite credits.
I know about that bug.
Jolly Flyman, if you want to stay in chat how it worked, but it was like you had to do a certain thing and you would get credits and you would just get more and more.
Oh, rolling in it.
Yeah. And like person.
They let you reclaim your ladder and rewards over and over by restarting for a day. Wow, that's crazy.
I gotta sing the Doom song now. Doom, 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 doom.
Time is an illusion.
Man, I can't believe I missed that. I could have been rich.
All right. It looks like either player is going to be able to set up here. And so we'll hopefully get either side. Also, Daycamp, welcome back to Doomco as our resident bird expert. please make sure that the falcons are fed. They took a swipe at my cat last week, and that was not funny.
You have a cat?
Oh, actually, I do have a cat. we have a cat and a really old dog. All right, so
Names.
just 1 second. Their names are Zeus and Star. Zeus is the dog. Oh, I lost you for a second. Zeus is
Sorry.
Zeus is the dog, and Star is the cat.
Oh, cute. Very astrology vibes. All right, here we go. Claydol Poison. Really interesting deck list that we saw.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to see this deck list. I'm like, I want to see how it works. Hopefully, I'll have a good one.
I want to see them cook.
That's good to know either player is able to, so hopefully we might be able to even get back to them. And then I saw some other players were jumping into tables as well. Again, if you can just stream, do it. It'd be great. We are just going to put games on as we go.
It looks like the Claydol player has also flipped heads and gets to decide who goes first. Oh, nope, they do not. Their opponent gets to decide who goes first.
And also, I did make it like the joke about Day Camp and Falcons. He does work with birds.
That's awesome.
He is legit. And also, he took top 16 in San Antonio playing a bird deck.
Wow. What deck? What bird deck?
Lugia.
Lugia? Okay, yeah, no. I was like, United Wings? You know, you never know.
I gotta sing the
All
doom
right.
song now.
Opponent looks like they're playing Pikachu as well, which is going to be interesting because cannot be killed in one hit.
This starting hand is not very good. What's up?
It is.
What's up, alpacas? Welcome back to Doomco as one of our resident champions. If you need your belt shined, your championship belt shined, the belt shining guy is in on Thursdays. Honestly, a pack of alpacas has won like 3 or 4 tournaments now. I don't remember. I was working on getting a actual chart with everyone's stuff. Did they just drop past 2?
Yes, now they have 2 luminous energies. Although they can play the Iono, which could help. I don't want to get donked. Okay, evolving, for sure. Fair. Iono, makes sense. That hand was abysmal. Alright.
Okay, now we got the Brute Bonnet.
That's good.
Town Store ain't gonna get you. Anything?
The switch is good, I guess, if you...
Oh, you could just go up and try to poison here.
Because you have the town store as well. You could draw some cards with the barrel, which would be good. No Baltoys yet, which is unfortunate. No Ball Search either. Going for the Industrious Incisors first before thinning the hand. Not punished though, Baltoy. Hooray!
But now our poor Brute Bonnet's stuck in the active.
True. True. Next turn though, maybe Professor's Research, try to get a switch again.
You know what? They do play multiple Brute Bonnets. And if it does get KO'd, you're not out. You're not out, Brute Bonnets. You got another one in there. You can Town Store, hopefully find it, and you're going to get hopefully your Kaboom doll going. You did have to put a cape onto the Bidoof, which isn't great, but...
I can understand why, though. If it was the only thing inactive, you want to give it a fighting chance. Ooh, in chat, Stellar Wish Gaming says you can Kaboom Doll, which breaks Pikachu's ability, and the poison would kill Pikachu. Did not know that.
Yep. As long the Kaboom doll already puts it down to 1, so the ability's broken there, and then you watch that go, and then you watch it go, and you see it. The poison does that extra 10.
I see. Okay, so maybe this is a good matchup for Kaboom Doll against that Pikachu. So we see the Town Storm being played, Claydol being evolved. This is probably the Ancient Capsule. Hero's Cape.
Okay.
Okay. I respect it.
Yeah, I think they might be going here for try to get a switch here. You might see the incisors into.
Buddy Buddy Poppin.
There we go.
Loving the bling here too, the gold Buddy Buddy Poppin. Squovit.
Squelvet, okay.
Yeah, I
I can dig that.
Yeah.
You've already used the barrel.
Yeah. Maybe just thinning hand to get Professor's research.
Monkeys are interesting. I think you have to get our Baltoy down.
Mhm.
If you attack this turn, you attack this turn. If you don't, you do what you don't have, what you need.
Don't have the ability to poison. You could hope you get lucky, switch, and then scrub it, and hope you scrub it into the ancient booster.
Okay, they still have a couple different outs still. That is now within Monkey Dory range. They can also be poison KO'd still. So they're not out of it, but not in the greatest spot they could be.
Player getting pretty well set up as well. Iron Hands on the bench with the Magnemite. Electric Generator. Being very thoughtful about those energies. Alright, going on to the Miraidon.
Oh, so Jester J Joker didn't check in. As we're watching them play, I will go fix that because you know what? We are watching them play.
Yeah, so we know that they are here.
One of the things we do as a tournament is if you chat, which they did, we will consider that a check-in.
Okay, makes sense, because then you know that they're here.
Yeah, he talked to me. I'm like, I know they're here. Alright, so we could see the poison here.
The Bravery Charm on the Raikou would allow it to survive, though.
That is true.
I wonder if there's like a Sneasler or something to increase that poison output. No?
I don't remember seeing one.
The Kaboom Doll would still take the knockout on the Raikou, though, if they explode. Luxurious Cape? Okay. Helps.
Another Clay Doll.
It could squab at the barrel as well. Going straight from the barrel.
Could get our Baltoy out.
With the Night Stretcher. Yep.
They could Mind Bend.
Do 30.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Mind Bend. It would confuse them, poisoned.
Kaboom Doll does take the knockout, though.
And
Latias going into active.
I mean, Latias is the best play here. You put that up, it's easy rotate into. I mean, usually you just rotate into the Pikachu if you don't have anything, but Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu's not in the greatest spot either.
Yeah, because the poison, of course, would get the ability. Miraidon taking advantage of the town store as well. Maybe looking for a Bravery Charm.
Bravery Charm, I would almost wonder if it was a Forest Seal Stone, but we did just see the V get KO'd, so unless they have another one in hand, I don't know why you would take it out other than to thin out your deck a little bit. Ooh, double on the Iron Hands.
It's pretty good. Claydol would be able to be knocked out from an Ampy very much if they are able to get that set up. Luminium coming down, so there's that V for that Forest Seal Stone. Also a supporter, Arven. Makes sense. And another Electric Generator for the Iron Hands. Looks like it's a hit. All right, now just one from hand to attach. Oh, there we go. Pretty good turn for the Miraidon player here. Able to also expand their bench to get more Pokemon there to do more damage. That Zapdos helping to boost Iron Hand's damage as well by 10. And knocks out the Claydol. And they took 3 from that.
Soon our Claydol gets set up here. We'll see the Toxic Powder. Iono could work pretty well. One of the biggest issues you are going to run into is that Magnemite on the bench. If that does evolve, we could see Iron Hands come back and take another KO. You do need to find... Ooh, Town Store is good. Now you can find something to prevent that Claydol from being KO'd from its own attack.
Also makes the bench on the opposing side smaller. Probably getting rid of Zapdos and Lumineon would be my guess here.
I would say, yeah, that was the right call. Zapdos and Lumineon. Too easy.
There you go.
Gotta use that Town Store. I would Town Store first, then Mid-Barrel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Everything else in your hand is good for the next turn. I don't feel like a Squova would be the right move to do there.
Getting the cape to help with Claydol's survivability, though it does, as we saw previously, if it gets amped after kabooming, that would be 3 prizes, which would be game.
Well, even if it doesn't even get amped after kabooming, if it just gets KO'd in general.
That's a good point. You're right. Deciding to put the cape on the benched Baltoy.
Getting another Claydol out. I don't know if I agree with getting rid of that psychic energy like that, but we'll let the person playing go.
Ooh.
Oh, that Monkey Dory would be pretty nice if... Gonna see the Kaboom doll.
Claydol's gonna knock themselves out here with the recoil.
But as you notice, though, the Luxurious Cape is now on the Claydol, which puts it at 220. But that's still enough for the Miraidon to KO them.
True. The Miraidon is now at 1 prize, though, so regardless, cape or not, if the Miraidon's able to get a KO, it would be game. 2 electric generators have been used? 3 electric generators have been used. Okay, thank you for clicking on that. That was very timely.
We see him grab... I never even updated the names this last round. I got so caught up with other things. Oops.
1 energy goes on the Miraidon, just 1 more, and Miraidon would be able to knock out the Kaboom doll.
This looks like they're trying to stall.
Yes.
Are
Trapping inactive.
Are they out of switches?
I think we saw 2 switches come out.
You see the Toxic Powder here.
Switch came out. Stellar Wish Gaming mentioning that Miraidon only needs the Magneton to be able to power up Miraidon.
Like... We've got energy. Is there still a switch left?
See, all cards. Looks like no.
No switch is left. Now that is a huge issue here. That is actually one of the things you run into with open playlists. Open
Play sheets.
play sheets or deck lists. There we go.
Deck lists?
Deck lists.
Yeah.
That you know what your opponent has.
It's true. Remove some of the mystery for sure.
As their opponent here will top deck one.
Still no way on the Miraidon side to draw cards, so they would need to draw into that energy or the Magneton.
They just needed something off that, and now they've got it. The Magneton here will be able to come in. It'll give them a KO, and then that will be it.
Close game though in the prize trade.
Yeah, as chat's playing, tall order from Miraidon not to find an energy.
Yeah, true. Good point.
So as we're seeing here, probably one of the biggest issues this deck has is it has two very, very big, well, at least one that's a one prizer and then a two prize, well, both one prizes, stage one. So they're not able to easily get the Pokemon out. They end up having to sit there and use up stuff like Switch. And I mean, you can only switch so many times. Like I do wonder if it would be worth putting in something like a Latias just for the smaller ones.
Definitely, I could see that coming in handy, especially with the fact that the Brute Bonnet has the 3 retreat. It's just hard to get to that. And if there's only one copy of Switch in the deck, you don't want to get yourself trapped.
Correct. And so it definitely seemed like it wants to stick with the one prizers, but it just wasn't able to do everything I wanted this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and move us back to the caster hangout. And we'll update the standings here and look at what decks are doing well tonight already. What are some of our 2-0 decks? Which, go ahead, update standings. We did actually have like 4 players check in, everything, and didn't play either round.
Too bad.
Yeah. So we do see Digital Logic here with the Slowking deck doing pretty well.
Ooh, love that.
Goldingo Dragapult 2-0 currently.
Ooh, okay, interesting. I've never seen that deck play before, but I do like both of those cards.
I think it might be definitely someone we can reach out to and see. I'll see who they're playing against. I don't know if Jose can, but we can always see if their opponent can. I try to keep a list of everyone who does, but sometimes you just have to ask. I mean, what's the worst that happens? They just say no and you go, okay, move on.
Definitely. My favorite part about this deck is that you get to run the rainbow. The rainbow energy.
Oh god, what was any other old time players here? What was Rainbow Road again with the Xerneas? Wasn't it you needed one of every type?
It's also the Mario Kart stage.
Yes, I think the card's name. Here it is. I will pull up the old deck list here. This is old deck list. Oh wait, this is like ADP or something. Oh wait, no, this is an expanded version, but you're playing this Xerneas here.
3 per type on bench, the Jolly Flying Man says.
Yes, and you had dual type Pokemon in it, so you could get as many types down as you could.
10 fairy energies. Throwback to when fairy was legal.
Yeah, I do miss fairy types. Now we just call it Clefairy, Lily's Clefairy.
True, I pulled a Lily's Clefairy at the pre-release I went to in the last pack that I opened, and I was so happy with it because I do love Clefairy as a Pokemon.
I don't think there's any pre-releases this weekend I'd be able to go to. And you know what the worst thing is? It was my birthday on Saturday, and I would love to go to one.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Nothing right now. I would probably try to go to a pre-release if I could. There might be someone. What? Someone on the 20th? Which one? Mugu Games is running one on the 20th? That's a weird time to run in a Thursday night. I wouldn't be able to go to that one. There might be some places. Like, it looks like there's a couple other ones around here. But I know a lot of them are already sold out.
Oh yeah, this was a very popular set to go to pre-release for.
So I'm looking.
A pre-release was actually the first in-person TCG event that I ever went to. It was a pre-release for Paradox Rift, and I had never played in person before, and I didn't know what a pre-release was, and I just showed up, and they were like, okay, now you make a deck in, I don't know, 5 minutes or 30 minutes or however long they give you, and I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? It was super fun. That's what got me hooked.
I do think pre-releases are some of the best formats. I would love if we were ever had an ability to do that online. Like if we could do that, where it's just
Definitely.
like, here it is, here you open 4 packs. Like it would have to be programmed in, and they can't even get like expanded, right? I don't think they'd be able to get
Pre-release, yeah.
pre-release yet, but hopefully in the future that's something we could see, because like that's some of the most fun I've had. My first IRL event I went to was around the time Sun and Moon came out. We still had like Steam Siege and a whole bunch of other stuff in that format. And my first game, I forgot to put out the prizes.
Yeah. I think what happened in my pre-release event, well, I was very stressed, but I had a really good time. And I think it's actually a super friendly event for beginners because everybody's on the same playing field. Like you all are playing with new cards, and it's like all decks that are like kind of bad. So it felt like it was almost beginner friendly, even though like you didn't have any information. But my first time playing an actual match with like a real deck, I accidentally left half my deck in the deck box and I did not notice. And I was playing Champao, and I had no rare candies. I did my first deck search. I had no rare candies, and I was like, I guess I just lose. And then I opened up my deck box after I had conceded, and I saw that I had left half of it in there because I just didn't play with real cards before. I didn't realize that my stack was super small. So, but you live and you learn.
Yeah, I mean, like with me, when I learned, it was like, oh, cool. I guess I should really do that. And the worst thing is, if I had only just drawn and did nothing else, maybe even like a top deck 1, the judge is like, oh, we could fix that. But the fact that I attached energy and I was playing Eevee with energy evolution, so I could search my deck right away and evolve it, I went into my deck and I already checked. And I shuffled my deck, and then I played something else that shuffled my deck. And it was like, yep, nope, we can't do that now.
Wow, did you get a prize penalty?
That was a game loss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For not drawing a card? I didn't know that.
Oh, no, for not putting your prizes out.
Oh, for not putting your prizes out. Oh, yeah.
So that is actually the right thing to do, because like if you don't put your prizes out and you draw 1, you'll get
I gotta sing the Doom song now. Doom, 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 doom,
Sorry.
doom, 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 doom.
Here's money for the upcoming regional to celebrate rotation and journey together release.
Mellow Magikarp, thank you for the tier 1 sub. As one of my oldest subscribers, 56 months. Oh my god, I've been streaming for that long. And as our CEO of Big Fish, because you're the man with Gyarados, hey, next set, you get Misty's, man. Hopefully it's a deck. Sorry, I'm not drawing Gyarados Misty for the playmat. I'm probably not drawing Ho-Oh Ethan either, because I think I got vote brigaded. So, I have a really good idea for Mewtwo Giovanni, though. All right, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, about prizing. Yeah, if you don't set it out and you just draw a card and don't play anything else, what they usually do, the judges will do, is they'll take your hand, they'll shuffle it and choose a random card from it, and then take 5 off your deck, and that's your prizes, and you get a 2 prize penalty.
Wow. Not laying out your prize cards is
But if
a pretty severe punishment.
yeah, but if you draw a card, play a card. Wow, and I'm older than you. Wow. I was like 895. But yeah, that is the penalty. So
Wow.
that's why, at least about like online, is like I don't have to remember those penalties. I do know them because I have judged IRL, but it's easier because like most of my stuff here is like the game glitch. I'm like, okay, what turn are you on? Has prizes been taken? Blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, we're on like end of the game. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. But if they just start the game, it's like, just reset it. You get to choose for first or second. That's your penalty.
Definitely. I also feel as though with the virtual, with TCG Live, now you can also like see all the plays that happen on the side panel, which can be pretty handy as well.
Yes, actually, that has come in handy quite a bit. All right, talking about graduations. I graduated high school in 2004. I graduated college in 2008.
Tough time to graduate college.
Oh, it was a horrible time to graduate college.
Yeah.
Especially with an art degree.
What was your specialty?
Game design. And now I'm a graphic designer instead. So
Oh, that seems related though, kind of.
actually, you'd be surprised. Like I specialize in level design, and one of the things about graphic design is just about knowing is instead of leading a person through a 3D environment through different hints and stuff like that, you're just trying to make someone look at an ad and get enough information from it to go buy something. And like I work for T-Mobile. I don't hide it. My real name's out there. I mean, my social media and everything. So if you looked up my LinkedIn, you'd find out where I work. So I try to sell cell phones now. So, I mean, if you looked at my portfolio, you'd be like, oh, hey, I saw that.
Cool. I mean, being able to have your art out there in general is pretty awesome.
Right. And like, like you said, here's a good chance here to self-promote yourself again. Self-taught animator. I mean,
I basically, during COVID, I lost my job, as many people did in that time. And I had a lot of time on my hands, and I had just always wanted to be like a storytime animator. I just had that interest. So I was locked inside my house anyway, and I was like, you know what, better time to spend hours making a person move their hand from one side to the next than when you can't leave your house. So that is when I kind of taught myself how to do it on Procreate, frame by frame animation, and when I started my YouTube channel, and it was a good way to spend that time. I mean, you can leave your house anyway, so it's a perfect time to be an animator.
Exactly. I love animation. I used to do paper animation, like by hand.
Awesome. Flip books?
No, like actual paper animation. Like I would take it and we go put it onto a camera, take photos, and like take the pencil and do that. Like I had an old school animation setup, and then everything became digital. Like not even like a flip book. Like it really is like a Disney movie is just a flip book that's got like 10,000 drawings or more.
Oh, yeah. Like with the cells, right? When you used to have the backgrounds and you have that clear image on top of the characters. Yeah.
That's what they.
Oh, I love that.
That's what they taught me in school.
Wow.
And they're like, this is starting to die out, and then it died out a few years later. But it was a good skill to have as an animator, though.
Definitely. I mean, that's how like all the greats did it. I mean, Miyazaki does it like that. I don't know if he does it like that still, but like for a long time, Miyazaki movies are done like that.
Yeah, it takes time, but it is very nice and it looks very good.
It does. It really does.
All right, so we do have the round done. Let's go ahead and find ourselves our next match. Jim Soli drew on actual paper. Yes, I still have. I would have to get into my kind of basement and quotations. I still have like my drawings from high school and college. They are sitting there and they are just really old. And
so sometimes to see your old stuff.
All right, let's see. Who do we have on top? Who would be someone we wanted to see? Jose's deck, right? The Goldango Dragapult.
I think so.
All right, asking him now. I won't lie. I learned drawing from like Wizard comic books, Wizard Comics magazine, and like anime stuff. So there was a time where I was drawing a lot of women in very scantily clad clothes because I was a 16-year-old boy who didn't know any better. And then I remember the first time I went to a live drawing class. There were some people I went to school with who were so immature they got kicked out of that class and failed.
For the figure drawing? That's crazy.
Yeah, because they're so immature about it. And at that point, I was going like, "This is make us better."
Yeah. Figure drawing is always a really good foundational skill to have. It's hard to access as well. It's like not that common outside of school settings.
Yoda said they are able to stream, so we will see from their side. So we will be seeing the Goldango side. So we're seeing Goldango. So
Nice.
So we're waiting for their opponent to come in. So I also have a lot of pictures of like that I drew of like Goku.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I was really into Naruto back in the day, so I drew a lot of Naruto and like OCs of myself, insert character in Naruto falling in love with the guy that had the pet dog. I don't know. No one liked him, Kiba, but I liked him because he had a pet dog, and I was like, oh my god, that's what I want in a man with a dog. So that was my cringy middle school time of art.
I drew all my guys, like my OCs, like always with like baggy pants, and like I always had like this weird tattoo I'd put on there. Like, yeah, I'll get that tattoo when I'm older. And now I have like tattoos of like trees and Transformers. And I'm like, oh wow, I really didn't know what like early high school Zach wanted. So
Transformers is quite the vibe, both nature and technology, dueling sides.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo 2006. Oh wow, it's almost been 20 years since I've had this one. I'm actually thinking about getting it covered, but who knows? Lately, I can't find an artist recently, so.
For sure.
The one long leg, one short leg tie pants from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, you said really baggy pants, and I thought of Jenko jeans.
All right, this is where it's gonna make me feel even older. My oldest child today went to school, and they had a throwback day to the year 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, they used photos of me as reference. I went, sure. They actually bought baggy pants, and they decided not to wear them to school because they kept falling down. I'm like, that was the style. That was
sagging your pants.
Yeah, I'm like, that was the style. That's what it was. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. They took my flannel. I'm like, that's my flannels. And they wore a System of a Down t-shirt. I'm like, I wore t-shirts like that, and just again made me feel so old. Or maybe like a grandpa still running tournaments of Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon has quite the longevity, so I'm sure people would still love to watch Grandpa's Pokemon's tournaments.
I was 13 when the original Pokemon Red came out. I still have my original Red cartridge.
Wow, do you still have the original Pokemon?
Yeah, the original Red. It's the label's super faded. It's got a Charizard sticker slapped on the front of it. I don't know if the battery is still good in it. It's probably well dead. It's sitting in like a memory box. I sold my old Game Boys. I sold my other copies. I had like 4 or 5 copies of like Red and Blue that I just like accumulated from people not wanting. Ooh, that's a good Goldango start there.
Yeah, definitely. 2 Goldangos in hand already, and the Monkey Dory. And an Energy, and the Technical Evolution. That is pretty good. You could get a Goldango out next turn, if desired. One thing about Gimmighoul that I never really liked was that the retreat is 2, so it's kind of hard to get it out. But
one thing,
maybe it's because it has more HP.
One thing I don't like about Gimmighoul, it was really, really difficult to catch in a Premier Ball in Scarlet Violet, and I don't know why.
Premier Ball specifically.
Yeah. Biggest issue
Random.
I had. To me, I felt like a glitch. I'm like, just give me the Gimmighoul in the Premier Ball. Everything goes in Premier Balls or Luxury Balls. I had one in Luxury. I was looking to get one in a Premier. And like, I know Premier Balls have like a low catch rate, but this is like a level 20 Gimmighoul. I'm like, it should just go in the hole. Go to your hole.
Yeah, evolution mechanic of Gimmighoul into Goldango in that game was also insane. Like, you need to, what, get 1,000 coins or something crazy like that? It's like,
Oh my gosh, it was just too much.
Really?
I had to look up.
wow.
I had to look up so many guides. I'm
like,
like,
who would even guess that?
yeah, and well, they got the evolution off. I'm assuming they're going to get one Gimmighoul and probably the Cloak. Yep.
Definitely. Well, very good first turns for both players. And Dracloak and Goldango.
We'll have to see what the Pokegear gets here. I would wonder if the Gimmighoul, the Goldango one here, Yoda would probably prefer to use a TM evolution turn if they can get some more Gimmighouls down.
Radiant Greninja.
I still need to work on the arms of an angel. Ooh. Well, you know what? I think you go Arven, right?
I think Arven as well. So you can get
You can get more stuff.
more set up.
But our arms of an angel, this is what is leaving. And one of those will be Radiant Greninja.
Yeah, I love that card. He's my favorite card. All right. Let's see if the Energy Search Pro is here or going for the Buddy White Puffin.
I think they're going to go for the TM evolution turn here. You can get two Goldingos on the bench ready and hopefully only give up one prize in return.
Definitely. I think that makes a lot of sense.
They just press send turn. I don't know why.
That's so interesting. What are they saving the Psychic for?
Like, it's just... Huh. Because, like,
Yeah.
you obviously couldn't attack with the Goldango. But, like, getting some more setup on the bench, are they afraid that they would have boss's orders in hand and, like, take out one of their Goldangos off the bench?
Maybe they want to still be able to draw cards with Radiant Greninja since they don't have that much energy.
To see. Well, at worst, they're only giving up one prize here.
True. Opponent was able to get another Goldango set up in the active, so there will be most likely an attack coming out. Crispin also coming into play too, which could go onto the Dracloak to make it able to play, or the Goldango on the bench to be able to prepare another attacker. Looks like it's going onto the Dracloak though.
Oh, but we do have an issue. So chat saying it was correct to do that, to go the way they did, which I can understand.
He gives up less prizes. Oh, you can get a retaliation attack off and maybe take 2 prizes from your opponent if you can get more setup.
That is true. And also, as chat was kind of putting it, was now they're forcing their opponent to go into a 7 prize game, and they are staying in it too.
That's true.
Or a 6 prize game. I mean, I'm sorry.
Wow, Cypher Maniac is a very good top deck here. Because now you can draw 2 either with the Radiant Greninja conceal cards or with the coin bonus with the Goldango in active. We did confirm Energy Search Pro was there in the previous deck search as well. Flame bonus. And with the Pokestop as well, they'll be able to dig further in their deck for more items once the energy is all taken out of there.
Fix the issue. It was just someone forgot forgot to accept their opponent's challenge. Like, oh, oops, they thought their opponent wasn't there. It was just like, just a little mess up. It's like, okay, no worries, guys, you're all fine. Got enough
Seems like
energy.
an honest mistake.
They've got enough energy in hand, so they are going to get the blow up here. I don't know if the Pokestop feels right. Well, you know what? Not
Pretty
really,
good.
not pretty bad there. So
Probably the energy, yeah, the technical machine here to get another Goldengo would be my guess. Yeah.
that would be my guess here.
It seems like this build doesn't have the Togekiss.
I fell out of favor. This is the more the favor where they go with the setup, going ahead with the TM evolution, over trying to set up a Togekiss. Which, I mean, you still have to find the rare candy. You have to find the Togekiss. Yeah, it does help your prize trade, but this one just seems a little bit more, I would even say, consistent.
Yeah, faster setup as well. Can be burdensome to use Pokemon with rare candies, especially with Badoo running rampant. But it is very funny.
This is talking about even the most recent mistakes, and Mellow Magikarp is still in chat. He can even confirm that how bad I screwed up this game. I should have won. I should have been in top 4. Instead of saying Itchy Pollen, I said pass against my opponent in top 8.
Oh,
And
tough.
it screwed me up so bad that it was a winnable matchup. It was against whatever it's called, Rory Moon, the Ancient Box. And I did that and I messed myself up. And then the next game I go and I evolve a Charizard in the active when they have Flutter Me, and I knew better. And I realized just how much I had like flustered myself, and it was just, yep.
It happens. Especially after a long day of playing. It's easy to,
Which is something I personally as a player need to like get back. Like I used to play like cups every weekend, but then like I was ignoring my kids, so that was a whole different problem.
Actually never played in a cup before. I don't know when they happen. I know that people just post about it on Discord, but I'm actually not the best at keeping track of all that stuff.
There is actually a Pokemon Event Finder.
Oh yeah, that as well. Yeah, I do use that. That's how I found my local communities. I do really love that tool as well. It makes it easier to join. When I was first starting out, that's how I found out where to go, where to even like buy cards and things like that. It made it really helpful.
Which I am actually going to see when our next cups. I know we have cups next weekend, but I'm got my online regional, so I'm not going to those. But and there was one also I want to go to, like one of the organizers there I really like, but again, not going because it is on a day that I am not available. I don't think most of them have even scheduled out past April yet.
It'd be interesting going to a cup in this time frame as well, since it's so close to rotation. But maybe people would be wanting to say goodbye to their favorite F block decks.
Some of them have to run it because it's their they run it every like quarter essentially, and they need to run it to keep it as going as a league. And so
I see.
Some of them haven't run it yet, or they run it late, and so like you're still in that rotation block, and that's why they're running it.
That makes sense.
Which there is people who looks like they are, and a lot of these will be post rotation. So I'm looking at these. I'm like, okay, which ones? And so I saw it, like I saw a really big radius. It's like, hey, why don't you go to Canada? I'm like, maybe.
Vancouver is nice. Maybe not right now. It might be cold in Vancouver right now, but
I'm in Seattle, so our weather's very similar.
Alright, coin bonus for 1 dark energy, 1 Goldengo.
We don't have a gimme goal.
True, but they do have an Arven, which could help them with another gimme goal or with a superior energy retrieval to be able to get off a bigger attack against the active. You can also conceal cards with the Radiant Greninja. So still options. Pokestop even. Another card that will be lost in the F block. Goodbye. Ooh, it's lit.
I 100% thought that like Pokestop was a horrible card when Go came out.
Awesome.
I thought Go was just like a horrible set in general. And I was like, nope, this set is really good. I'm like, no. And it's like, yep, it is. I'm like, oh, and like as it went on, I realized, yeah, because we got Radiant Charizard. I knew Radiant Charizard was gonna be good. I was like, oh, Pokestop's not that good, or Block-Lax isn't gonna see enough play. And then no, it did. And they saw a lot of play.
Yeah. I mean, Block-Lax on its own being from the Pogo set, I feel like solidifies that set as pretty formidable. But I personally love Pokestop. I think it's super helpful. And I also like how it can be kind of like almost like a trap for your opponent, because if the deck's not optimized for Pokestop, then it's like a trap almost to have it out there.
Like if anyone who's played Lost Box and you hit all 3 of your Colress.
Yep, that's devastation right there.
that is pain. That is nothing but pain.
Pokestop give and the Pokestop take. Alright, we did see the Superior Energy Retrieval come through, so a large attack is on the table.
They were able to get another Giving Goal down. I did not catch that. I was looking at. Yep, they did. Just making sure.
So a Night Stretcher from either the Fez or the Pokestop that they were able to pull that Gimme Goal out of the discard pile. A Pal-Pad as well.
Boston Arvin, okay. With Arvin, you're definitely going to be able to draw some more energy, hopefully for the next turn. And I was like, do you want to? But I think you want to keep the metal energy for the next turn, considering you have the Gold Dingo.
Yes. Definitely.
And then putting the boss back in is if they try to stall. If they try to bring up like the Dragapult or something else. And that's not, and then nothing's happening. And like as it is, the Dragapult is not attacking. Even if they do attack, they're just not winning. Oh, they had prize double superior.
Wow.
That's
tough, but hey, great to get it now.
I will always say that the in-person and regionals and stuff have the advantage over us because they can see and check the pricing every time. They have that camera.
True.
We have to price check as well as our players do, and even then we don't know what our opponent's prizes are.
Prizes can really make or break a game.
That's actually something I know some people don't like about the Pokemon game, but I do. It can force you to find other ways to play. And
I agree with that, actually.
It becomes less about, okay, this is my combo, and more or less like, okay, how do I work around this? How do I do this? How do I X? Like I've watched some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and like I don't understand it all, but I've watched like the game be over, like both players play only 3 turns entirely, but they play their entire decks. Or I've watched Magic games with similar-ish things, but they still take time because like you got to go through your combo.
I feel like having the prize cards makes the game a different puzzle every time because you have to play with different resources every time you start a new game. And I think it can actually be helpful sometimes to make you think outside of the box. Like there was one time when Iron Valiant was still relatively popular last year, and I was playing Chien-Pao a lot, and I was having a lot of trouble because it would just, kill all my Frigibaxes. And then one game I had prized all my Baxcaliburs. And I actually realized that the way you beat Iron Valiant as a Chien-Pao is you play extremely slowly for them to peter themselves out, and then you set up the Baxcalibur at the end to kill. And I would have never figured that out if it wasn't for the fact that I prized all my Baxcaliburs that round.
Well, we're not seeing Iono this turn now. Not sure why we're seeing.
Midori comes out. Yeah.
Well, we just saw the Superior Energy Retrieval. I'm not even sure why you bring out the Dory here.
There's no damage to move over.
Yeah, it feels awkward.
Yeah. Oh, late game energy search pro. One grass. Tough. looks like the earlier decision to not put out the Goldango was the correct move, as the Goldango Dragapult is left with only one prize left after being forced to go on that unideal prize trade route. And we also see that the Goldango player has game in hand with the 2 superior energy retrievals they got from their prizes.
Which was the greatest prizes they could have possibly got.
Yeah. Exactly what they needed to win.
Now the question is, will String Cheese Man here still be good post-rotation? I don't...
That is a good question.
Because we've seen some of it in some Japanese lists. I believe we even saw a Dragapult Goldango do well. I mean, we've seen Dragapult Goldango do well kind of in Japan anyways. But one of the things that's different between Japanese play and here is, well, best of 1 versus best of 3.
True.
Chat saying yes. Okay. I fully expect next weekend to call, or at least set up at least anything with Goldango. I'm hoping not too many rounds with walls. I'm definitely knowing Cornerstone is going to be the big bad wolf. It's going to be what you're going to be afraid of.
Cornerstone, the Milotic as well, being protected from Terra attacks, I think will be
right.
Another problem.
So at least with Goldango, if you put Goldango Dragapult, Goldango takes out the Melodic and Dragapult takes out the Cornerstone.
The anti-stall deck.
And then you gotta hope and pray that, like depending on how you set up, Mimikyu is not the issue. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move us here. And we'll go ahead and update the standings so we can go ahead and see what decks are doing well right now, which ones we're seeing at 3-0. And then also, if you're in Twitch chat, an ad is coming up very shortly. Just be prepared for it. I apologize, but we do run ads to help support the channel.
Champao doing really well. That's really awesome to see as a Champao player. Record 3-0-0.
One last run from them, right? Oh, they're playing the Elect Kid even.
Oh, I know. With Irida rotating out, that's going to be tough.
Right. Irida is a huge part. They're even playing the Silene. Heavy Ball, Hisuian Heavy Ball, low key, one of the best cards to come out. And like just...
I
I agree.
gotta sing the doom song
F-Block
now!
was amazing. Just Hisuian Heavy Ball, Pokestop, Reading Greninja, Block Lax, all the V cards. It's going to be intense loss. Wow, this is a very interesting deck list.
Yes. Devward, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. As a newest member of Doomco, please remember that Taco Tuesdays are now taking place also on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And also, thank you for taking money from Jeff Bezos, even if it is just a couple, like $5.
I'm gonna miss Hisuian Heavy Ball.
It
Just the
is.
easiest way to check your prizes.
The barrel. I was taking out all my post rotation stuff recently. I took out all my rotation stuff, so all my F block, everything going out. So Lugia, all that. I had my barrel Bidoofs. I had two illustrator rares of both.
I love that illustration rare of the barrel, the cute one where he's in like the river, like storybook style.
Yeah, let me see this one right here, right?
Yeah.
This one.
The illustration rare is super cute.
Oh, no worries, man. Our other player came in saying sorry. That's no worries, dude. It happens. But yeah, this one's so great. This is one of my favorites. That's why I had the 2-2.
Yeah, I love that one. When I did this thing with my Champao deck because it was the first deck that I ever played. I played it for like a whole year, and I played it at the same league very consistently. That whenever I would win, I would buy upgrades of the cards. So I also got 2 of these to put in the deck when I got enough star credit to get them. I would love to see the Champao player play next round.
We can just reach out and find out. Oh, dude, I completely understand about being tired. That's actually what part of the challenge of Doom and tournament Doom stuff is. It's how tired are you and how well do you play, and that's where sometimes like some players like some of our Asian players, Asian area players, or even Australia, New Zealand, that area have an advantage just because it's like morning, midday. They get to come in and be like, yeah. Whereas in other players, like especially like I think Brazil is one of them that has a lot of issues as well. They're so far ahead that they're like finishing the tournament of Doom like 6 a.m. their time.
Tough.
And whereas I'm finishing like 2-3. This one's not going that late. Oh no. We're like halfway through. We're halfway through and we're moving pretty fast. We do have an Archelodon. We do have Sophie H with the Miraidon came in. They're gonna want that Lugia. Johnny Walker. Oh, I know this one. You're trying to use up as many Dusknoirs and damage spread as you can, so you just come at Blood Moon or Saluna and destroy everything. You use stuff like Calamitous Wasteland to prevent things from getting out of the active if you need to. Same thing with Gravity Gemstone. So maybe we'll reach out to this one. We'll see if Johnny Walker here has a possibility. Maybe they line up with the Chin Pao.
But yeah, they both have the same record.
And then,
what's the other? Digital Logic?
Digital Logic was the Slowking deck.
Slowking. Oh, that would also be an interesting one.
So we'll reach out to possibly them as well. Which also that reminds me, I see like this tournament is brought to you by. I got to reach out to Rogue Energy one more time. They said they had a prize pack for the regional. I got to remember what it was.
Is there a prize for this tournament?
Code cards.
Oh, nice.
We got code cards for this one. I gotta see what the Rogue Energy one was again. Reach back out to them. Then the Champions mat will be, I'll pop it up here for anyone who hasn't seen it, is this End Zoroark mat right here.
And you illustrated that?
Yes.
Cool.
It's part of the regional series where I've done everything in this like Hellboyish kind of style. So we've done this one. What was the other ones we've done? We had the Lugia.
I love it.
Mega Rayquaza, Bidoof, King of Hell, and Charizard. Which the Bidoof is probably is the one I use all the time.
My gosh, I think I've seen this one before. Like, I think I've seen a person have this before in real life.
This is the third most popular playmat I've sold. The most popular is the Ouija board, then it goes Lugia, then it goes Bidoof.
Cool.
Which there is probably a good odds that you've seen the Ouija board.
One too with the Unknown. I saw an interesting tweet about Unknown recently on Twitter where it said that in the Pokemon world, they don't use the Roman alphabet, because their language is like a different looking fake alphabet, right? Which means that people in the actual Pokemon world, they can't read the Unknown because the Unknown is not an alphabet in their world. But only the player can read the Unknown, which makes it feel a little bit more fantastical that the player has like special powers because we can read the Unknown but nobody else can.
Right. And that was actually something that I was designing. Well, it was one of the illustration contests. I did a Cramorant, and I put like a sign up in it, and I had to put the Pokemon language, not English, on it. And by then I had to mirror it, and it was like cafe. It was just the word cafe, and it turned out being like entirely different. Like now I thought I had to go download a font. Someone had like a font for it, and like you could type it out, and it was like correct.
Oh, I didn't know that they had like an actual alphabet. I always just thought it was just shapes. But I guess it makes sense that they would put in the effort to make it an actual readable alphabet.
Yeah, so you can actually go and translate them if you find them. Like there's an actual thing to it. I think most of the time though, probably when they're designing it, they're probably just like, yeah, this just looks like fun. But there should be a way to read it.
Cool. Awesome. Did you enter the illustration contest last year? I think Remnant was one of the options.
Yes, I actually did Eevee and Bidoof, and I didn't make it past. I haven't made it past any of the rounds yet. Part of it is I've been trying like this more cutesy style kind of stuff that I do, and in reality, I think if I went with the more hard, like I'll pull up the Charizard. Like I feel like this Charizard I was playing at here, if I had already done something with it, this one would probably go better with like what they're looking for cards. Like it probably could use a little bit more work for a card, but something like that better than like the kind of more cutesy kind of stuff I was doing.
Cutesy stuff can work sometimes too. I've seen like there was this one like Pikachu that was like very blocky and storybook style.
Yeah. Because like lately this is like hard contrast style works, but then like I do the cutesy stuff. I don't know if I have any cutesy stuff on here. Do I any more? I'm looking. And let me make use close-ish. This one's always fun. I can't believe people actually play this one.
That's hilarious. That'd be a fun shirt.
There is a shirt of it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's right here.
That's so funny.
And people have worn this to cups and regionals too, so.
It's kind of a cute top though. I mean, I like it. Good colors. It's kind of like a nice like if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you
otherwise someone looking at it wouldn't know.
Like if you know the "Thank You, Have a Nice Day" bags and everything.
Exactly.
What is the one? There's been one match every time tonight. Oh, and again, it's Feral Gator.
Makes sense.
Feral Gator versus Raging Bolt. Like,
can't be tough to get around that for sure.
I'm assuming the Raging Bolt just can't get through the Mimikyu. It probably doesn't play enough Gust, or if it does with like the Pokemon catchers, enough Tails just doesn't help.
Yeah. Well, the Feraligatr deck is also kind of cool.
So this is the list that they're with. They've got 2 Boss's Orders. I mean, the Noctowl could attack. They got Slitherwing to deal with that too. You
can attack with Fan Rotom if you have a Stadium out.
True. I mean, you got plenty of stadiums, so I mean, they have outs to that. I wonder if they're just drawing bad or what. That is a game I'd love to see what's going on. And it will be the second time this Feral Gator will have tied.
Makes sense. I mean, I feel like decks like that tend to go long.
Wait, we got a report. Auto verification coming in.
Nice.
They're talking. It was very stressful. They're talking about us talking smack about their game.
Smack, I said that the Feraligatr is interesting.
I was in their chat and I'm like, lol. It is an interesting deck. Brainer.
Can't deny though, it can take a long time.
Correct. Some decks are just like that, like just naturally. But
I do think it's cool that it like was a promo card a while ago and it wasn't really played when it came out, and now all of a sudden it has like more play. It's nice when you can take out bulk, you know?
Exactly. Oh, Metaman. Oh, it says he is streaming.
Oh.
Okay, so he might be able to. He is up against Yoda. Oh, we already got Yoda. We always just that's Goldingo, dude. How well does it do against Goldingo?
Champao? Well, Goldingo is super effective against Champao, so that can be a little hard.
Okay, well, see if we can find Johnny Walker then. The Baby Dingo? Oh yeah, Baby Dingo's still out there. We had a 2-1 drop. You know what? I've done that.
Caludon.
I don't know, man. Archaludon was. How does it evolve again in the new one? It was like you needed something.
Not sure. Let me look it up.
Yeah, same here. I got it. I just don't remember how I did it.
A metal alloy item on Duraludon. Is this like an item?
Yeah.
He goes from a skyscraper to
Bridge.
a bridge.
Yeah,
I do wonder if, like, a structural engineer, is it actually harder to make a bridge than a skyscraper?
I don't know.
Maybe that's what they're going for.
Let's see. If they're not able to, we do have Dan 365 Gardevoir versus Goldingo, which would actually be a pretty good matchup.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and just jump to that. If the other ones are able to, we'll set. Oh wait, Dan jumped. Dang it, Dan! As soon as I was gonna jump to him. We'll see. The other player just showed up. We still have a little time. Take it. Oh, okay. One of them said they can. Okay. So we will get this. We'll be from the other side. So Johnny Walker will be on the other side, but we will see Tigger underscore TG side. Oh, awesome, Dan. Yeah, if you just want to turn it back on, if you can. We hope, because that is a good matchup, like to watch how you play against it versus them and like how things go. Oh, they're asking if their mic being broken is a problem. I'm like, nope, we just definitely mute you. Don't worry about it. That way you don't get any free stuff from us. But then again, like if you know, if you followed my example last round, you would have evolved the Goldingos, and then it would have been really bad.
Or sometimes it's the commentator's curse.
Right. This is actually something I try during the regional, is like do the most serious casting as I can. So the way I usually end up doing it is like I have enough people like helping run it that they can do things, and I can focus up on the rounds I'm in, and especially like finals. By then there's like no issues going on whatsoever. There's really rarely does something come up. So like the thing that comes up somehow, if I get double block lacks, then I have to come in and like even talk with chat. Like what's the ruling if double block lacks get stuck in an infinite loop?
It'd just be a tie.
No, in top 8 you have to have a winner.
Oh.
And so the winner you have to have it.
Dan365 saying in chat that the opponent is playing Goldingo, Ceruledge, and Togekiss together. I could see that maybe.
Yeah.
Goldingo kind of works with both of those.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just waiting for them to I'm going to table 1. Yeah, highest seed wins. Thank you, Audrey. That's what I was going to, is the highest seed ends up winning. So if they get stuck in an infinite loop and they can't do anything, highest seed wins. It has come up once in the entire Tournament of Doom history. And that's
pretty crazy it even happened once. Oop. We are in character customization.
And your opponent, Dan's opponent didn't even show up, so there we go. Well, we got the Tigger, we got Johnny Walker. They're all set. We are able to watch. And then we had another matchup where we had the nice bug where you can't see your opponent's cards.
The outfit, very Snorlax. Nicely coordinated.
Chat wasn't able to see it. I usually wait until the game starts up so we don't accidentally like show any information that's on there that people.
Oh, that's fair.
Usually there's not, but
No, it's good to be cautious. Coin.
I'm not the only one that sees that logo and thinks SpongeBob, right?
No, it looks like SpongeBob because of the pineapples, and like also the text is kind of SpongeBob X as well. I see what you're talking about.
In the Honolulu, like the way,
Yeah.
like on that little like paper sign thing, 100% just makes me think, oh my god, this is just SpongeBob.
Yeah, I totally see it as well. All right, we're looking at the Lugia side, I believe, and they're starting off with either Blood Moon, Ursaluna, or Regigigas, both of which are kind of tough first Pokemon to have. But the Capturing Room was also in hand, so hopefully you're going to be able to get something off of that. And the opponent started with the Blood Moon, which is also pretty tough.
Well, they want the Blood Moon. They're looking to get those Dusknoirs and stuff.
Ah. Capturing Roma does get the Lugia out, which is great. And it heads to get an Archeops. This deck is very blinged out. Like Lugia players doing a quick deck check to see what is available to them.
They do have access to Legacy Energy. This possibly can come down to the Lugia just getting one KO, depending on how many times the Dusknoir wants to go blow itself up.
That's true, yes.
Sadly, the Gygas isn't doing enough damage to the Blood Moon, but I mean, you can still do 100.
Yeah. Jewel, what's that? Jewel Breaker, yeah. Does more to the Terra types, but Blood Moon's not a Terra. Oh, Latias EX comes out, so if desired, Blood Moon can get out of the active spot. Oh, the Badoo's on the bench too, so I'm anticipating that that's going to be what's going to be switching into active soon.
Did you see a
Professor Research.
Did you see a Dusclops hit the there?
The Dusclops going into the discard?
Yes, that could be effective.
Yes, now you know where it is at least. And there goes the Badoo into the active for the Itchy Pollen.
We do have the double turbo energy in hand, so we could see a Jewel Breaker and get the Badoo KO here.
True.
Sitting on double Archeops though, and you're gonna Iono them to the bottom.
Tough. Very tough. That's Lugia for ya. Blink.
Research, okay. Okay.
Got the Ultra Ball in hand, so could get an Archeops in there next turn to research away. Duskull going into active now.
I would have liked to seen the Lugia get evolved though, because if they double Dusknoir it, that could be game. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are enough Duskulls technically right now that if the opponent somehow has 3 rare candies and 3
there is a world where it happens.
there is a world where it happens, yes. Now Prime Catcher Lugia into the active spot too, which could be troublesome.
Carmine, Great Ball.
That could work. Also, 2 Lugia V-Stars in hand, so if he's able to survive, then Lugia will definitely be able to evolve next turn at least. But the Ultra Ball coming out on the Duskull player's side could indicate that maybe an explosion is coming. There's that Dusk Noir, Curse Blast is now potentially on the table if there's a rare candy in hand. Okay, counter catching the Regigigas back into the active.
Are they looking at a possibility of that they hit everything?
Let's see. Oh, sad react coming through. Curse Blast onto the Regigigas.
Which is still out there. still fighting, still swinging.
Yeah, still. And the Ultra Ball coming out, perhaps the Dusclops? Nope, Badoo.
Look at Badoo possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Badoo will come up and smack it for 10.
Yeah.
Here goes your items, but you are sitting on Carmine.
Be Great Ball to see if you can get an Archeops, then
Can't
Carmine away.
Can't Great Ball.
Oh, right, Badoo.
Badoo.
Tough.
I would still evolve into Lugia here and probably either Carmine or I almost Carmine. Not even worry about putting the Lumineon down because if you put that Lumineon down, it becomes kind of a
Ability.
you can't boss.
It's like a target.
You can't boss orders anything.
Mm-hmm. Because that Latias makes it so any basic will be able to retreat. Lumineon coming down though, maybe.
Maybe go with the research. I would definitely not try to play Iono here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if there's a Jock in the deck, you could see if you could keep him in your hand. Like get 2 Archeops, keep him in hand, and Carmine the next turn. That would depend on the opponent not messing with your hand. Oh, a research.
Or we can just go research, get 2 more cards, and we would off the Carmine.
Trying to dig a little more. Ooh.
You do take an RKO here with a Jewel Breaker. And the thing is, as long as you're actively attacking here, and your opponent just cannot give you free prizes. Like, there's only so much they can do here. Like, they KO the Regigigas, and then with a Dusclops, that's 1 more prize. Ooh, hit him with the Iono. I was afraid that last card was an Iono.
Yeah. Well, there's the Archeops in hand, but no way to discard. However, you are correct. If the opponent's plan is to keep on KOing with the Curse Blast, eventually they're not going to be able to give up any more cards that way. See another Dusknoir coming out. Rare candy into that Dusknoir. And knocking out the Minccino that has the gift on it, which allows the Lugia player to draw up to 7? Or not.
Not because it's only from a damage of an attack. So if you use something like the Dusclops, or if you put damage counters on it from like a whatever it's called, Sableye, does not take the KO.
I see. Yeah. So since it was knocked out with the ability of the Dusknoir, then the gift energy was not activated.
It's the same issue that they run into with Pheasantipede, is that the Pheasantipede does not activate here because of the Dusclops being KO'd.
Makes sense. Needs to be damaged from attacks. Well, we see the Lugia player with only 1 prize card left, but no Archeops is on the bench, so no way to accelerate energy to be able to get a big attack off, and the Blood Moon, yes, being able to knock out those big attacks because of the prize deficit. Tail.
So we see a basic. I mean, we could see another fish here.
Yeah, to get another supporter.
And then just possibly get a single Archeops and pray. Considering you only need one prize.
That's true. I would agree.
I would definitely slap that gift energy on.
For sure. Well, you could, Summoning Star for 1, but you wouldn't be able to get... Well, no, you could put the DTE onto...
Surprisingly, you could put the Chinchino down.
Oh, yeah! It's a very unique Lugia game.
And
Be
Legacy,
starting to put down Chinchino.
I try to remember who I was watching. They had a game like that where they were playing Lugia and they go and get like one Archeops and they brought something else back. Or they didn't even use it for the Archeops, they used it for something else. Man, I don't remember the game now, but it was a weird game.
Cool when things like that happen, though. It's a little unique. But Lugia will be now able to attack with the double turbo on, but not able to knock out the Blood Moon.
I would put down the Wellspring.
Zob.
Not just Sob. You could use the torrential.
Oh, Torrential Pump. True.
So you put the damage on, and then it sets up so that the they can't just hide the bear with damage. They have to find a way to get it out off the field.
Like that play. And they have the jet in hand as well, so they'll be able to attach energy next turn and get the 2 from the Archeops. It's a good play.
Now, I don't believe I saw a Turo or Penny in this list, but if they did do, that could be the swing.
True. They'd be the best move if they were able to pick up the bear.
Iono here doesn't really hurt the Lugia. It's got the gift energy. There's the bear switch. Now they're hoping they hit that's a lot of energy, but probably not enough here to matter. They have the boss's orders too. They've got everything. It just doesn't matter.
Definitely was a very interesting deck for the Dusclops strategy. Just hurting yourself until Blood Moon can take all the knockouts, but leaving your opponent with only 1 prize card remaining can be a tough strategy.
Especially one that has quite an easy energy acceleration, as we see here.
Yes.
And there it goes. Sadly,
Good game.
Sadly, the bear is not a Terra type. It does not get the benefit of the bench protection.
Game though.
Very good game.
And there's a Snorlax.
Ooh, Snorlax. All right, let's go ahead and move back up. And then I'll share and we'll update our standings, see where things are going, as we are currently almost well past halfway done with this round. We've got 6 games left, and I need to double check to see who people have dropped or not. Hey, look! Shinpao and Lugia.
Nice, love to see it.
And then we got Digital Logic here with their other deck, and Johnny Walker both at 3-1s. Yoda with the Goldango at 3-1. Dan with Gardevoir 3-1. Romanium, I think. Dragapult. I know Cinderjace is currently playing, so is Sophie. They're actually against each other right now. They're the one that had an issue where Cinder could not see their opponent's cards. Which, I mean, that's a huge issue, right? You like to know what you're playing against.
TCG Live can be quite the buggy program. for example, when those damage counters bug was happening with Dragapult, where like
Still
for some
happening.
reason you can't go 10 by, I learned that if you click on the card, it actually goes 10 by 10. If you drag it, that's when it accidentally like clusters them together. But if you just click on the card, then you can actually be more prescriptive about it. So fun little tip for people who play Dragapult: you have to click on it now.
Yeah, that's why I learned how to do it. So I was like,
It is an unfortunate bug though.
and the source of that bug, from what I can guesstimate from working stuff and some other people have talked, is that it was the click to feature broke it.
Mm.
But we are due up a major patch here coming up. I want to say it's Tuesday, because they usually have the downtime on Tuesday to set up for the next set, and it will be a complete downtime. So we'll see
I
that.
hope that. Yeah, I hope that bug gets fixed.
Let's see. Anything else having a good night? Obviously, Ferrogator 211. Oh, they lost the digital logic. Oh,
The Slowpoke.
Yeah, that would be definitely hard, especially if they hit the Kyurem.
Yeah. The battle of the single prize decks. Slowking comes on top this time.
The reason why it's called Slowking.
He's the king.
All right, let's see. Obviously, still playing. See some of the other ones still going. Sadly, after we watched Chester J Joker end up with a 1-2-0 drop, at least we got to see the deck early. That's the kind of deck like you want. That's the one like you have to get on the early rounds. I hate to say it, because you never know what's going to happen afterwards. Cloth Pagos. Oh my god, my brother with Cloth Pagos. We go to Vancouver Regional. He wasn't able to get in, so he's playing the side events and challenges. He plays Cloth Pagos to the challenge, wins the whole thing, and plays about 11 turns entirely.
Just a lot of donking?
A lot of donking. He had one match. He played more. He beat 3 of them were donks. He beat Raging Bolt in 3 turns, and the longest one he took was against Dragapult.
It was kind of crazy to see. Was it which regionals was it where the Dragapult player and Cloth Terapagos player were the top 2, and 2 of the 3 matches were like turn 1 donks from poison?
Yes, and that's what happens.
Tough. There's not much you can do about that.
And that's what happened to me in Vancouver. When I said I hit meta decks, that was the closest thing I hit to a meta deck. First round, got donked game 1, won game 2, donked game 3. And then
Tough.
Yeah, and then I played against it again, and I actually didn't get donked either game. But we played for so long after we went 1-1, we went to game 3 and time was called, and we just went. And when I flipped over, I had 2 Pokemon, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not winning on this turn." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think we're doing anything here." And so we just took the time and moved on.
You can hope for. Although with double turbo rotating out now, Cloth Terapagos is probably not going to be.
Well, Cloth Terapagos loses the Hisuian. Right
Oh,
here.
the poison accelerator, yeah.
Sneasel. Like if you look at the deck, you lose Luminions, you lose that, so you have 3, and the Guru. That's like a lot of
True.
really big pieces to your deck. And
And the double turbo.
Yeah, and the double turbo. And so you could possibly find a way around it, but I just don't think Cloth in this version is going to be seen next format. And if it is, and someone wants to prove me wrong, please do it. Show up to the tournament, do regionals, show me wrong, be like, here I go. I'm able to get to work. And I'll go, yes, you did. But if not, I don't know. Like, Switch card doesn't matter. Switch card just becomes Switch. Nest Ball stays, Stretcher stays, Hisuian Heavy Ball kind of sucks that it loses, but it loses some cards, and just some of them are just a little too much.
Yeah. going to be hard to be able to get attacks off with the cloth without the double turbo. And also poison damage does get nerfed without the Radiant Sneasler too.
Now the question
About
becomes.
the donkey.
Now the question becomes: what do we see replace double turbo in the future? They've almost always had some sort of like double colorless card, not. But they've been kind of like messing with it since they kind of like, I would say, semi-retired double colorless energy. So
I would hope that they make another card similar to that because I do think it's a very common and playable card.
Because we had twin energy for the longest time, and then it got replaced by double turbo energy, and so now what comes in after that? This is where what I'm wondering. We haven't seen the announcement of it yet, or will they just do a reprint of DTE at some point?
So I do like that card. What I think is crazy is Boss. There's rumors that Boss might not be reprinted. I think that'd be so insane if we lose that archetype.
Right. And the rumors is because I'm trying to remember exactly what the last one they printed was in Paldea Evolved, and it was G.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen anything past that.
Yeah.
And then
It'd be pretty crazy.
oh my god, so many Japanese prints. And the one that was just put in the Marnie and Morpeko starter kit is still G in Japanese.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like they might be trying to phase it out because there's also that Hop. I think it's Hop's Dubwool that essentially works like a boss when you evolve your Wooloo into Dubwool. It lets you technically boss one of your opponent's Pokemons into the active. So that was also kind of the thought is like maybe that's what they're trying to replace it with in the future, which would be crazy.
Yeah. I thought naming it Boss's Orders and Professor's Research to me at least made me feel like that's what they were going to do. That it was going to be 100% whatever it's called, Evergreen.
Yeah.
And then it turned out no, it's not. Like now, like you said, they had the hops. Let me find the hops. Whatever. We had a Lycanroc like that for a while, where you evolved into Lycanroc GX, and it would bring up anything.
That might be what they're moving towards in the future, but I guess we'll see. And in chat saying, Audrey Apples is saying now there's Licia, the one that you can pull up, and I think it has to be a basic, and it confuses them.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the challenge horn here. So
yes,
that's a possibility. And then Licia is in Destined Rivals, or is in the new one?
I think it was in an earlier one. I think it's already out.
You know what?
It's the character that likes to do Pokemon contests, and she has an Altaria.
Yeah, I know which one. That's like when we had Serena. Oh, Licia's Appeal. Which can
yes, that's the card.
Switch in one of your opponent's bench basic Pokemon. So yeah, it has a limitation.
Yes. There are a lot of big basics though.
That is true. And then there was like the time when we had a Countercatcher. Oh, it was one of the catcher cards. Why am I forgetting its name? You had to play two of them to use it.
Cross Switcher.
No, custom catcher, like Cross Switcher, but it was custom catcher.
Oh.
There was a format for a while that was the only ones we had.
Wow.
Where you could draw until you had 3, or if you played both, you got a gust effect.
Oh, Spider-Man almost.
Yeah. Then we also had they also introduced Great Catcher around then.
Yeah, there's just Bug Catcher just randomly there. He's just chilling with all of the.
Which Great Catcher only went after GX and EX, capital EX. You can't bring it back now and go after baby EXs. Just a sec. Someone reported the wrong game and their opponent are being honest about it. Interesting. You know what? That happens. Yeah, we've had formats without that. We've had formats without discard draw 7. That was Lily. Oh, I remember Toy Catcher.
Oh, dude.
And then we saw Pokemon Catcher as well.
Yeah, heads or tails to draw something out from the bench. Lots of coin flipping happening.
Well, like after we lost Professor Sycamore, we had no discard draw 7s for a while until we had research. So it was Cynthia Lily. So you had Cynthia, which was shuffle draw 6, or Lily, which was draw until you have 6, unless it was your first turn and then you drew till 8.
That seems handy.
But they changed the rules, so Lily's not as effective anymore because you used to be able to play supporter cards on your turn 1.
Oh. That's crazy.
So like, yeah, and then there was Guzma, which was a pretty broken Gus card for a while too. That one will never see reprinted. That one was just a little too much. Where is it? Guzma, if you've never seen it before. Switch one of your, it had Gus, plus you got to switch your own.
Like oh, you didn't get to pick too.
It was essentially Prime Catcher,
Yeah.
but as a supporter that you got to run 4 of.
Good card. Prime Catcher also great card.
Prime Catcher's like the nerf version of that card, where it's like, okay, you get to play it once a game instead of 4 times, maybe
4
even
times.
more.
That'd be crazy. 4 Prime Catchers.
And
I guess it is a supporter though.
And this is in the era of Floatstone, which, oh my god, I don't know why I keep closing this out. I should just keep it open. Floatstone was just, it was reprinted once, and it was probably just the most broken card. If you can imagine this out there.
Yeah. Broken rescue board.
Oh, someone asked for a time extension. It looks like they just finished the game anyways. I was going to actually tell them no, because with like 2 minutes left in the round, it's a little bit hard to give you an extension. It makes me feel like you're asking for one just to have one to possibly win. It's a hard call kind of thing. But yeah, this one, and then, oh my god, Field Blower was really good too. That's another card we'll probably never see reprinted.
Field Blower. Oh wow.
Yeah, there's no way they reprint this card in the future.
Yeah, especially now I feel like they're printing even more tools and stadiums that are very integral to strategy.
Well, like it was great, and then it rotated, and this is the card that it was like the best go against. Yeah, Max Potion hasn't been reprinted either, has it?
I love how the comment on this page is, this card was so good, I want it reprinted.
No. Oh, the one game that has still going, they have 8 minutes still, so. Oh, okay. But yeah, Field Blower was very necessary in Garbotoxin, which if you don't know what Garbotoxin is. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot there's that Garbodor. I want that art now. Trash Launch was really good. Garbotoxin here. Ability Killer.
Wow. It's like Path to the Peak.
Yeah, it was almost a better version of Path to the Peak. All right, round 5 is up. Let's go ahead and find our match. Let's see who we got. Tigger did end up against Shinpao. Madaman's streaming his own stuff, so I'll let him be. Dan is up against Dragapult, and it looks like it's the slow version. Doot, 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 doot.
The Digital Logic, the Slow King player.
They are up against Cinderace. Let me see if they can, but I don't know. I want to say both those people have said in the past they aren't able to. But I'll find out. If anything, I'll ask Dan. Dan's a good backup match.
Sounds good.
If their opponent shows up. Oh man, I keep forgetting to put the rounds are up. I am really bad about that today. We also have Jedi Theus is sharing as well. They are... Where are they at? They are 3-1 with Gardevoir, and they're up against Blocklax. There is a Snorlax Soul. How did I miss that?
That's tough.
With the Melodic. And the Mantine.
Gardevoir.
So that might be one. That is actually a good thing for Jedi getting on in there and getting the streaming right now. Because if you're up against it, any issues come up, and if you're able to stream, I can get in there really quick and find stuff out.
True.
Okay, one's not able to, and the other one's on phone. I'm telling them don't do it because trying to stream live while using your phone, it will probably melt. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
for sure.
and this is 100% true because like I've tried it and like my hand was on fire and it was not good.
Yeah. Not worth it to stream from a phone.
Yeah, just thank you for trying, but don't melt your phone for us. Let's go ahead and just go to Jedi Theus because it looks like Dan's opponent's not showing up. Yeah, yeah. As much as I had to put Blocklax on, Gardevoir surprisingly has a good Blocklax matchup.
Fun to watch it. Give it its last hurrah before Snorlax rotates out.
This might be one of the last times I ever put Blocklax on. I've had Blocklax on before, only purely because it was the only matchup we had. Or we actually had one of the most interesting Blocklaxes where and the match is already started, so I'll get everyone in there really quick, where
Sure.
they were trying to mill each other out.
Aggressive Snorlax.
They had to. They had no way of infinite looping between each other. So they had to sit there and find a way to do it, and that the way for them to do it was to aggressively mill.
You gotta know how to adapt.
Yeah, is Dan just gonna have another player not show up? Or are they gonna lock into 4-1 without their opponent showing up?
We take those, I guess.
Yeah, no, you take those. You 100% take those. You never sit there and be like, oh no.
Okay, Gardevoir actually has pretty good start with the Mischievous Lock-in active, turning off abilities, and then 2 Curlia's already on the bench.
They're going to try to Tempting Trap here.
You can Joust.
And then if they get the Melodic out instead, then they can't use Turo.
Did the Tempting Trap happen?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
You could possibly bring the Monkey Dory out and keep damaging that way. I also wouldn't want to hand him the Artisan.
Agree. Keep your opponent's Spencers small here.
But if you do that though, you can KO the Phoebus this turn.
Yes.
This is a hard call how you want to do this. I mean, I guess you could Ultra Ball Night Stretcher when the Dark Energy's way back.
Looks like that is the play that they're going for here. To get the Monkey Dory. There it is. And then using the Gardevoir to damage one of your Pokemon.
I was hoping they see it that they gotta do that now.
There goes the Dark onto the Monkey Dory.
The issue you run into is like they can, well, you're committing energy to something, and you have to be able to get it out, the energy off of it too.
True. None of the things on the bench right now are amazing attackers that you want to use in the Gardevoir deck.
Well,
Ooh, going for the Iono here. Draw more cards.
we do see their opponent with 12, so it never hurts.
Yeah.
Never hurts to put a little bit more out there.
Makes sense. I'm going for the Joust.
Probably hoping that they already had the Melodic in hand, and now that they won't be able to. Nope, they put them into the Melodic.
Ooh. Another tempting trap. Track that Klefki in the active. Although you could Turo.
No, you can't. Not with the Melodic now.
Oh, because it doesn't allow you to put it back in your hand.
Exactly.
Hmm.
That's why I felt like it was probably important there to try and KO the 30 Phoebus while you still had a chance.
Yeah. Now you are a little more trapped here. Gonna joust Mawile to death.
I mean, at some point they're probably just going to grab Penny and then restart the whole loop.
Yeah. God of Player is already down to 20 cards, so a third of the way through.
The thing is that they can't keep drawing, though, with the Rotom. Xerosic.
Tough.
There goes all those Arvins.
That is hard to see.
This game definitely does feel like it's not a good place for the Gardevoir now.
You could Devo here. That could be a chance if you are able to monkey onto the Milotic and then devolve it and kill the Feebas. You would be able to Turo up your Klefki next turn.
Do they play a Devo in there?
It's in their hand.
Oh, it's in their hand. That's even better.
Oh. The Penny did pick up the Mawile and jet it into the active there.
Yeah, it does feel like Monkey Devo is the play here.
And then you would be able to Turo. Although it needs to have enough energy in the discard to be able to put 30 damage onto one of the Pokemon.
Whatever you're looking for is a possibility. There's Eerie. They're going to go ahead and get rid of your Night Stretcher. They know you have the Evo now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Devo, I'm sorry.
Sure that the Gardevoir players sees the play, or maybe they don't have enough energy in their discard to be able to kill the Phoebus. It's also possible because Gardevoir's ability would only do 20, so you need 2 energies in the discard to be able to get enough to make that play happen. Now the Milotic has the Bravery Charm on it as well, which means as a Phoebus it would no longer be killed by the monkey. Yeah. Chat is saying that the charm changes the math.
Yes, it changes the math a ton now. Oh, there's
unfortunate.
There's the penny loop.
This is the Snorlax stall player, but no Snorlax have been played.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, that's true. Mawile doing work.
There's a card people I don't think also are going to be seen rotate.
Mawile?
Yes.
But the big bite coming from the Totodile is basically the same. Ooh, handheld fan.
This definitely feels like the Gardevoir's in the worst possible spot they could be now.
Yes.
But oh wait! It doesn't matter. The handheld fan just gets knocked off by Joust.
True.
It never
I forgot
activates.
that Joust did that. Forgot that Joust did that.
Would it be now worth it to try to bring up the Melodic and Joust off?
The Bravery Charm? Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. But you need a boss.
Team Yell's,
Even need two.
Team Yell chair probably putting Rosic back.
Yeah. Gardevoir's hand is getting very big. Only 9 cards left in the Gardevoir's deck. Iono. There goes the Devo.
Yeah, now you have to hope they have no way of getting Penny back.
Yeah. Super Rod can also help delay the milling. Getting 3 cards from your discard back into your deck. Though you might want to leave the energy in there so you have a way to inflict damage onto yourself. No items found with the Misfortune Sisters. Lucky.
We got both Ionos. We got more Ionos, so we can definitely keep their hands smaller. The energy's in their hand. If they put pennies back in the deck, maybe they're there. Oh, there's one.
Hey.
And then here comes the Jet Energy.
It's the loop. Skillful play from this Snorlax style player here, though, knowing that the Snorlaxes weren't necessary, being able to keep the loops up, putting the charm on the Milotic to ensure that the Munkidori can't kill the Feebas, protecting themselves from any outs that their opponent might have.
That's why I'm now so wondering here if maybe the right move was to go after the Phoebus early. I thought they had enough energy in the discard. They just needed 2.
Hey, I would agree. I think that might have been the way that you could at least get your Klefki out of active with the supporter. But maybe now the way you could go about that is bossing Milotic, jousting off the Bravery Charm, and then hoping it stays inactive long enough.
This is putting me to sleep. Yeah, no, I understand, man. This is one of the worst ones. Like, we were hoping to get a different matchup up, but weren't able to. Oh, it looks like Dan was able to step back up. Let's go ahead and move down there, and we'll see how that's going.
Sounds good.
Just to get something possibly with a little bit more action going. Yeah, this is moving. This is actually going. So let me get this set up for everyone here. Apologies, just gotta change the thing. So here we go. This is still Gardevoir, but now it's actually 2 people attacking each other. Playing the game the way Mr. Pikachu intended.
I think Mr. Pikachu intended stall play as an option as well, given that the decking somebody else is still a win condition. But a Gardevoir versus a Dragapult is definitely going to have more swinging.
That's what people are here for. They're here for the action. No way.
Fight!
Yeah, nobody goes to a wrestling match to watch them roll around on the mat. They want to watch them jump off tables and ladders and stuff, and
hit people with metal chairs.
yeah, that's the excitement.
Both players are pretty set up here with the Gardevoir having both Gardevoir and Curlia and the monkey out, and the Dragapult player having 3 Cloaks, which is great for draw power. Seems like the Gardevoir player was originally attacking with what's that one? Misdreavus with the 3 energy on it with the Hex Curl. Maybe it took out a Dreepy with 70. Fluttermane, not Misdreavus. Looked like the Crispin only got 1 energy. Nope, never mind. The fire just came out of the deck. We might be seeing a big swing coming out now with the Dragapult being fully evolved there on the bench.
Right. We'll see a nice 2-price turn here.
Taking out both the Radiant Greninja and the Fluttermane on the bench, and maybe putting spread onto the Curlia for a future knockout. Curlia and the Ralts.
Now we're going to see all 60 go onto one Ralts.
Interesting.
Or one Curlia, I mean.
Interesting. Well, could be setting up for a 3-prize knockout next turn if he's able to. If the Dragapult player is able to get either Monkey or Ralts into the active and then divvy up the spread between Kirlia and Fluttermane. We do see that the Gardevoir player does have Screamtail in hand, which is a pretty strong attacker on the Gardevoir side. Artisan for Drifloon could be a possibility.
Another Monkey Dory, but I don't believe they have. They don't even already have a Darkness Energy already out. So I mean, why go for a second one?
True. I don't think there's an Earthen Vessel in hand either there. So there goes the Drifloon onto the bench, but there's no Bravery Charm to up that damage output there. Getting rid of Heavy Ball. Oh, there's the Bravery Charm. Very nice refinement. Ooh, there's the Dark Energy as well. Pretty good turn for the Gardevoir player here. And Balloon Burst does 30 more damage counters, or 30 more damage per damage counter on the Drifloon. So now it's able to do 300 to knock out the Dragapult in active, thanks to the support from the Munkidori.
Now the Dragapult does need to be able to find a Crispin and another Dragapult, obviously, to be able to get something going here. No damage. There's only a small amount of damage counters out there, so we're not going to see the Munkidori get set up. Dragapult usually has a couple answers. So if we look at their deck list, if they haven't played it, they put the Defiance Vest version. There is a Lost Vacuum. We could see the whatever it's called, the balloon. Drifloon get KO'd by Lost Vacuum. They do play on Fair Stamp. And they only play
Fez coming down from the hand too to be able to draw more cards to get more options here.
And then on top of that, they do play Crispin. But I believe we already saw the Crispin played. I might be wrong, but they don't. Their ace spec of choice is the stamp, not the crystal.
Yes, I actually also think we saw the Crispin be played already as well. Yeah, I'm seeing it in the Discord on the stream. So that if they only have one copy of Crispin, that means that an attack is not on the table for this turn, unless they want to Jet Headbutt if they are able to evolve, or they could use the Itchy Pollen move, but that wouldn't take out the Drifloon either. Radiant Alakazam coming through though. Going to be able to Painful Spoons to knock out Drifloon. Oh! Interesting. Using Painful Spoons to knock out the Fluttermane instead. Like you mentioned, Lost Vacuum coming out to knock out the Drifloon by taking off its Bravery Charm. There's another prize. Still not attacking yet.
So if anything here, I think you bring up the Gardevoir. You know the Gardevoir's not getting KO'd. Now we're just getting 10 put on.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to Artisan still that can get you a Munkidori.
And you have the dark in your hand as well, so
I think at this point, all you're looking for is a boss's orders for game. Because then,
yeah.
because then you can bring up the bird, put 30 on that, and then 30 onto the Badoo, and that's game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Defiance Vest.
Alpaca saying Pult's probably more boring than control. I think control's not boring until the loop is set, and if there's no way to really escape the loop, then it just feels like it's over the same stuff over and over and over.
Top decked into the second Monkey Dory that they needed as well on the Gardevoir side. Pretty good.
You know, that's also another thing is you could boss an Alakazam now and go in with a Screamtail.
Mm-hmm.
You would still need to find. Well, you know what? It could happen. It could happen. Irida doesn't find the tool, sadly. It used to. Doesn't anymore. Gotta take it off there.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the Badoo immediately. Counter catcher.
Oh man, that would have been good. That could have almost been it. Somebody can't use it anyways. But so we see
No,
the
not behind.
See the Dragapult. I think at this point you gotta Curlia possibly.
I try to refinement, see if you can get boss.
Or at this point, are you just attacking the active? I would have refinement first.
But against Screamtail, okay.
I mean, Screamtail can do a lot of damage to it.
We didn't see the refinements come out on the Curlia yet, though.
No.
That's 1600.
We're still short.
Ooh, Iono before refinement.
The big thing though is that Dragapult without Crispin, which they don't have, is only Jet Headbutting at best. And you could possibly actually target the Monkey Dory here. Nope, we see you go after the Alakazam, which is also the right move as well. Because now they can't move Alakazam and take a KO on your Screamtail. But they could move the damage counters off the Pheasantipity and KO your Screamtail.
True, with the Monkey Dory. But without the Crispin and with no energy on Dragapult, there's no way for them to get the more powerful Phantom Dive attack out. So getting 3 prizes this turn would be difficult for Dragapult here. Where if this hand does not get disturbed, the Gardevoir player would be able to win next turn with Screamtail to knock out the bench Dracloak, unless that one gets evolved. Doesn't seem to be a way for the Dragapult player to get the kill on the Gardevoir right now to get game.
No, and they need to be able to take 2 prizes this turn, and they just don't have it. There's no damage left out there to be able to try to spread. There's they could attack this turn, hope for the best. Because yeah,
Arvin comes out as a supporter.
probably going to say unfair stamp here. Nope. Countercatcher.
Countercatcher.
The single Ralts, maybe. You can also try.
Maybe.
You can also try to stick the Curlia in the active, but again, they can just move damage counters off of it.
No. Okay, looks like they're going for the routes here to maybe jet headbutt, knock out routes. Yeah. I believe Gardevoir player has game in hand now.
Correct. They can nice stretch of the Scream Tail. Then you have more than enough damage to move. You could just KO. Well, you just KO either the Monkey Dory or the Dragapult.
The Dragapult, yeah. Very close game though, down to the last prize for each player.
And surprisingly, this is the last match.
Of the tournament?
No. Of this round. This is the last match we are waiting for this round.
God, I was about to say, I thought there was one more. Super close game.
Which will actually be Tigger. It will be Dragapult Charizard versus Lugia for the quote unquote finals. Which also Tigger _ TG, I believe, is streamed earlier with Lugia, so we'll actually bring that one up, and that will be our finals right there. And again, quote unquote finals. All right, round 6 is up. And I will go ask Tigger if they're able to stream one more time. So we can get that, and we can see who will be our challenge winner, because that is again the only ones we have right now of 5-0s. So we'll have a guaranteed 6-0. Matchup is skill based on Pulsa. Yes, Dango is a bit skill based on in that matchup. It's also, I would definitely say, a little bit luck based as well. So then we're just waiting for Tigger to set up and check in. They just still need to check in. But yeah, sadly, Chien-Pao not going to win it, and they're up against Pidgeot Control.
Tough.
Because they could sit there and just get rid of it. Well, Metamath threw his last game. How did he end up throwing it? All right, just waiting on that end. All right. Johnny Walker and Digital Logic both lost last round. Blacklax obviously won against Genetheus. They actually ended up dropping after losing, which always sucks, but just how it is. I'm going to move us real quick. Just have us on table 3 so they can see us if possible.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So just a little bit of missequencing. Which, I mean, happens. I mean, nobody can say they've never misplayed or missequenced. Or they can claim they never missequenced and then you watch them missequence.
True. It happens. It's hard to keep track. There's a lot of moving pieces in this game.
Oh. I can see. Yeah, I can say it. I can say it all the time, but yes, it would be a lie. Up there, they are. I think the important thing is to know when you do and how to fix it. Instead
Making mistakes is how you learn.
yeah, I mean, what? Oh God, what was the Steven Universe quote about hot dogs?
You can't if you didn't have. If you didn't have. You wouldn't have hot dogs. I don't remember.
If every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs.
There you go. That's so funny you bring up that show because there's been like a resurgence, I feel like, of like. First, people were like, Steven Universe is great. Then people were like, Steven Universe is awful. And then all of a sudden, people are saying that it's good again, I feel like.
It goes back and forth. It really does.
Favorite shows, though. I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, I think you start Iron Hands here.
Yeah. I think so, too. It's definitely not my favorite card to see, but at least you do have the jet in your hand as well if you end up getting something better. And if you're able to set up quickly, then you can take some early prize kills as well. We see on the Charizard Dragapult side, also a pretty good start with the Buddy Buddy Poffin in the starting hand to get more Pokemon on the bench. We're going to see retreat maybe into the Badoo to item lock.
Well, they can't.
Next turn.
Yeah, they can't item lock just yet. Yeah.
Next turn. They are most likely safe from being attacked from the Lugia anyway. Lugia takes a little bit of time to set up as well.
When I played this matchup from the other side, I always liked going second because like it did force them to like, especially if I got the Badoo set up, to like get the double Archeops in there.
Mm-hmm. And there to get 2 Archeopses alongside Lumineon for Professor Research. You can get them both into the discard pile really quick, and then hope that you draw into something that can give you the Lugia V, so you can really pop off next turn.
Oh, wow, we actually have a bunch of games done. How many? Oh, I forgot I removed 2 players who didn't show up last round. That's always a weird thing. Like once it gets later. So we just see the Lum. No Lugias though.
Unfortunate. No Lugias, no Ball Search. One more Lumineon though. Which I guess could maybe help you next turn, but you won't be able to get your Archeopses set up onto the bench. So Jet Energy Lumineon into the active, and now retreating again back into the Iron Hands. Oh, but the Lugia player was item locked, so wouldn't have been able to benefit from Ball Search that turn anyway.
No, they weren't item locked yet. Now they will be item locked. They ended up choosing the Archeops over the Lugias off their Great Ball Search. Yeah. And it probably was right to take the Lugia and then get at least one Archeops into the discard. Again, 2 is great, but You also need that Lugia out here, and now that you know you're going to get item locked.
Yes. Definitely lowers your chances of being able to search it out this turn, because at least last turn you could play the Great Ball.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a Lance here. Probably get another, at least one Dracloak, probably a Dreepy, maybe the Dragapult.
The jet energy is huge on the screen right now. Lance gets one of each dragon for the Dragapult player, who will, I think, be able to play down all of them, because the Dracloak evolved last turn, I think?
No, Dracloak just evolved this turn.
This turn? Okay.
One more Buddy Puff in here. Either get another Charmander or they're getting a Dreepy. I personally would maybe even kept that spot. Oh, we're getting the Manaphy. I don't know if the Manaphy is right now. Okay, you know what? How? Even they would have to be able to use Thornton. But if you're item locking them, they can't easily get a Lugia into the
discard, yeah. Because there isn't already a Lugia V in the discard, and
right.
You would, yeah. I think the Lugia player might need to Luminion next turn for a supporter if they don't just top deck the Lugia V. In chat, Xavier is saying, "Trust I have a Lugia friend."
This is definitely a game where it seems like Lugia is not getting its luck that it usually has.
Sometimes Lugia can be a little...
Oh, see that Ultra Ball weapon's so good.
Alright, are we gonna see 2 Luminion? Yeah. Sign for the Iono, that's fair. Looks like they also prize 2 of the Lugia V as well, because they only have 2 available to them in the deck right now.
Some are running 2 or 3 only. I'm actually gonna check their list real quick. They play 3. They play 3/3 line.
Just 1.
So we're going to see, we see Archeop, Iono here. We know Jacques going to the bottom of the deck now.
Mesagoza. That could get you the Lugia.
There we go. Flip. Tails.
Devastating. Devastating. Putting gift energy onto Luminion. Dragapult player also going for the Mesagoza, also hitting Tails.
Mesagoza never works. It's a lie. It's the biggest liar since Iono.
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep saying, I'm like, man, Mesagoza's going to rotate. It's not. It's still there. I just feel like the entire deck of Lugia is rotating.
I know. It does feel like everything is going away because it's just all the Vs. And Mesagoza is not really used in very many other decks. I do feel like Lugia is kind of like the coin flippy deck. You got the Mesagoza, you got the Capturing Aroma. You got the 50% of time when your hand is 7 energies and 1 Iron Hands or whatever. Lugia players still item locked from the Badoo.
Hey,
And-
there's a Lugia V-Star.
Gets the V-Star. Flips another Tails on Mesagoza. Devastating. Try to boss something up on the Charizard Dragapult side. To get it stuck, maybe.
We're 1 card away here from being able to attack with the Luminion.
That's true. Top deck that Legacy energy. Would be good to get the Luminion off the field as well. 1 fewer low HP 2 prize card. Another
Ooh,
Tails from
Tails.
Mesagoza! 4 in a row! 4 Tails in a row. Yeah, Mesagoza never works.
Oh,
Ooh, Temple of Sinnoh!
Now the question is how many Mesagozas are left for Lugia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at their list, and that was their only Mesagoza. So if they are unable to get this fish out of the active, Lugia will have life.
Lugia player does have Jamming Tower in hand to be able to bump that Temple of Sinnoh to make their energies again. But they still, well, provided that the Luminion on the Charizard Dragapult side stays inactive, they might be able to stop the item lock rampage on themselves and get their Lugia V out at last.
They could also get really, really lucky here and just top deck the Lugia V.
That's true. Still need another turn to evolve, though. Hera Orb coming out. We can get the Dragapult, maybe? To evolve. Maybe there's a rare candy in hand. To be able to get that Charizard, then you can Infernal Rain, get Luminion out of active, then put Charizard in. Charizard would also be able to take the knockout on the Luminion, if that's the case.
That means Hydra Shadows as a new follower. Thank you for the follow. Hopefully you're not Tuesday or Wednesday morning or wherever you're at is going well. All right, I just had this game popped up on a Pokemon Discord I'm at. So when there's a person who always puts a fact on, like every time I'm around midnight. In Platinum, a single boulder was added into Mount Coronet that requires you to have strength to reach the spear pillar. It was not there in Diamond and Pearl. It was added there to ensure that the player will have a Pokemon to do the strength puzzles in the Distortion world. So they realized later that the player could essentially soft lock themselves in the Distortion world and had to put a puzzle there to make sure you had the ability to continue on.
Nice when they try to make improvements between the first 2 and the 3rd game, like fixing bugs or fixing problems that they saw in the game.
All right, so Dan, if for a deckless error, as long as you can put a screenshot of what's there, So if you take it and show me that there's 2 cloths, put in the screenshot channel, call judge. That is a game loss, but you can also just say I don't care. Like if you're already winning, and just be like that's what was there.
Lugia player still not able to get the Lugia on the bench. But the Charizard Dragapult player does not have any Pokemon fully charged yet and available to attack.
Always appreciate you playing, Devward. Have a good night, and hopefully you'll be here on Friday, as we'll be in the last tournament of this format.
Goodbye, F Block. Right, the Psychic Energy comes on to the bench Cloak, meaning now it can attack. With the Phantom Dive move, now that it's evolved into Dragapult, Phantom Dive would be able to knock out the Lumineon as well. See Arven coming out from the Dragapult side, grabbing Hero's Cape and Super Rod. Hero's Cape being the ace spec that they're playing. On. The Artisan won't help the Dragapult player much here because their bench is already full, but the Lugia player also won't really be able to grab too much with Artisan unless they want to grab a Minccino. But if they do that, they'd be clogging up their bench.
We're gonna see.
Because they still need Lugia.
But hey, they'll start getting items back here now.
True. We see the first big attack coming out from the Dragapult Charizard side. Phantom Dive will be able to knock out the Lumineon V, put 10 on the Iron Hands to bring it down to 200, making it in range of a Phantom Dive as well. Dividing evenly between the 2 benched Pokemon here. Gift Energy, there's the 2 Lugia V! Hallelujah.
It only took how much?
I think 15 minutes? I don't know.
About more? Hey, there's Minccino too.
Great. Comeback time!
Never say never.
Can't count out Lugia. It goes really fast when it starts getting set up. With Artisan, could put the Regigigas onto the field, which would be able to KO. Well, actually, no. With the Hero's Cape on, would not be able to KO the.
No, it puts it right out. It is almost essentially a tech for Regigigas.
The Hero's Cape. Lugia V! I'm sure that is a welcome sight.
Really?
Little consideration there.
Well, I mean, it's like, okay, do I get rid of it the second one? Do I not? Do I clog the bench?
Yeah. Makes sense. Tails! That's tough. Lots of tails coming through.
Have we even seen the heads flip this game?
I don't think so. I think maybe the first flip might have been a heads, but that was when they needed tails to get the Lugia. Another tails! That's unfortunate. Alright, well, no way to get the V-Star, but maybe they'll draw into it next turn.
So there's no room for Alakazam here. Unless they do find Turo Alakazam, that is a possibility. So we're not going to see the Minccino get KO'd.
Oh.
Their hand doesn't seem that great either. They'll get the gift energy, but they'll be down 6 prizes to 2.
Yes, it's definitely a difficult place to return from. And with the Charmander on the bench, able to turn into Charizard at any point, and still would be able to take big KOs as a Charizard as well. Boss's orders coming through, maybe bossing up that Iron Hands? No, the Lugia, okay.
Again, I think if anything, you put damage onto the Lugia, it makes it easier to KO overall.
Yeah, true. Because it only gets more HP once it evolves, and you know that thing is going to try to evolve anyway. $200 onto the Lugia. Minccino comes out, but not the Evo card I'm sure that they were looking for here. Now Lugia is also in range of being killed with Phantom Dive. Interesting. Bossed up the Badoo to kill it.
Gets rid of a free retreater and prevents any possible more item lock. But here the Dragapult still going to hit. It's still going to KO the Lugia.
Yes. Was definitely the right move to attack the Lugia last turn with the Phantom Dive to put 200 on it, even though it couldn't take the kill because now you have this situation. Oh, the Radiant Alakazam even can Painful Spoons damage onto Lugia to take it out without the attack going through. And there it goes. Now the Dragapult player just needs a boss to be able to get 2 prizes. There it is. Boss for game.
There it goes. GG. It doesn't matter where they're putting the damage. They're just putting the damage out there.
And there's the V-Star. Well, tough luck for the Lugia player, but still pretty good game.
Exactly. Like, it's unfortunate they just didn't have it. And I mean,
Very bad luck.
Yeah, that happens. That's variance for you. There's not much more you can do about that. And with that, I think we are just waiting on one match, and that match is Gwinster versus Ramanian. That's Original Ogerpon versus Dragapult, but we don't have access to that game, so I'm going to update the standings, and this will give us our top 8. Let me go ahead and move us real quick. And we will go over our top, pretty much our top 8. I think it might be a little bit different, but I think we're right there.
Let's do it.
All right, so as it stands right now, Cinderace, Dragapult Charizard, number 1. Tigger _TG, Lugia Archeops, number 2. Caswell with the Dragapult Dusknoir, number 3. Dan365, 5-1 with the Gardevoir. Sahil P with the Dragapult coming in at 5-1. Daroof63, 5-1 with Pidgeot Control. Why? What did they lose to? They lost to Arch Alodon, of all things. Huh. Well, you know what? Arch Alodon does have some pretty decent control matchups. Digital Logic coming in at 4-2, coming in with the Slowking deck. And then finishing out number 8 is Chin Pao with Meta Man. So there is your top 8 tonight. Oh, hey, actually the last match has just finished. So we can update and make sure nobody moved. Ramen Man, I don't know. Did move to 9th, but our 8th place is still Meta Man. So no issues there, and that is actually your challenge. Your challenge winners tonight. And with that, I think it's about ready to call it a night. I usually keep these pretty quick. Easy. Have any last minute promotion you want to bring up?
Just thank you so much for having me. This is my first time commentating TCG after playing for around a year. It was super fun. I love seeing all the matches. And again, I'm Easy Doodles. I make animated Nuzlocke content on my YouTube channel if you want to check out the old videos I made. Otherwise, hope to see you guys playing again. That was really fun.
Yeah, and I'm Senior Doom, professional illustrator, tournament organizer, and part-time lumberjack. One of those things is not true, and that's the part-time lumberjack, just so everyone knows. We'll be back Friday with our last tournament of Doom in this current format, and then next weekend after that we have the regional championship, quote unquote regional. It will be over Saturday and Sunday starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time with a day 2. It follows the regional setup, so 8 rounds day 1, 4 rounds day 2 into a asymmetric top cut, or however thing you want to call it, top cut. With that, I am going to send everyone off to my favorite Japanese cat channel because on Twitch, because I like the kitty cats. Cats are cool. They're like sleeping right now, which I mean cats do like 99% of the time. And hopefully I will see you Friday.